Go Blue, everyone. Michigan makes the Final Four. That's right, folks. Also, spring intel, the latest from camp, recruiting news both up and down. It's all coming up next on Michigan Wolverines Live. And we are back with another episode of Michigan Wolverines Live. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by here. Michigan Wolverines Live, as always, presented by FanDuel. My name's John Diadamo. I'm going to be taking you through the next hour and a half or so. As always, catch us on YouTube, on Twitch, on X, and on radio, on your commute to work, whatever. You're going to Dick's, you're going to whatever it is. Go ahead and catch us on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and iHeart. And as you come in, the best thing you could do, one of the best, and so appreciated, hit the like button. It just takes a second. It's free. It helps us a lot. So hit that like button, subscribe, and share this out with a friend. If you subscribe, then you'll know when we go live, which we go live twice a week, plus special clips, plus there might be a watch party. I might just do a watch party for members. So who wants it? Let me know, and we'll make it happen. And share this link out with a friend. Get it out there. Would really mean a lot. And as you come in, you can go ahead and send a super chat for your comment or your question to make the top of the queue. And very exciting here. So TJ is currently dealing with something for his other world, but he did thumbs up. I guess he'll be on shortly. So we are going to go ahead and first just take our initial super chats and initial sponsorships. We want to thank FanDuel. Folks, FanDuel brings us Michigan Wolverines Live and Michigan Wolverines Colin Show Live every Tuesday and Thursday. So if you listened to TJ and me last Tuesday, you would have won some money. We both, I believe, both of us had it right on the Alabama game. And, of course, 1-800-GAMBLER, bet responsibly. Michigan is favored, according to FanDuel, by 1.5 against Arizona. 1.5. Do they cover that spread? It's a very tight spread because both teams are excellent, objectively excellent. I think that they do, though. Michigan beats Arizona by 3. I think that's what's going to happen. Something like that. Maybe wins by 2, last second 3-point buzzer beater, but I could just see it being something like that. Thank you to our newest sponsor, Freedom Services EPC. Michigander telling you all about it. Michigan Wolverines Live is sponsored by Freedom Services EPC. Quality you can trust, people you can count on, serving all the USA's oil and gas needs. Check them out at freedomservicesepc.com. Who doesn't love a little freedom in their life? Michigander also throwing out the $2 super chat, so thank you so much for that. Michigander saying that Tommy Carr looks like an underrated signing. We're going to be talking about that, and reports do show that Tommy Carr is in the mix for heavily QB2, is apparently pushing Bryce Underwood in practice. This is somebody who just came in, brand new, pushing Bryce Underwood, has the goods potentially to be the backup quarterback, according to early reports in camp. Coming to you from Michigander here. Let's take a look at some of these member comments. We got defending the Natties here. Go Blue, Final Four. That's right. Russell, another one of our members. It's time for Michigan football talk. That's right. That's right. Michigander's also a member. Russell's back with another one. We got Moose in the house. And yes, I do have both of those. We are going to be talking about those later in the show. All right. QB depth is getting thin. Trust me, we will cover QB. I think QB is fine. I think we're fine. You got Tommy Carr. You got Fowler Nicolosi, and you've got Chase Herbstreit. We're fine at backup. There's enough. We're fine. Detroit, not Detective, Detroit Wolverine saying go blue. We got Tree in the house. Shout out my guy John D. Appreciate you all for bearing with me. TJ will be here as soon as he can. But why don't we get things rolling with spring? Okay. Well, actually, let's tackle this first. We do have some breaking news. I guess it's kind of related to spring and the goings on and things like that. I'm just finding this out, right, as of the last hour. So I don't really know a ton of details other than Colin Hurley, who was an LSU transfer quarterback, 6'1" quarterback, departs 2 weeks into spring. The fact is, and I've looked at Isaiah, I've looked throughout the media landscape. And nobody's saying why, but I'm going to give a complete guess. And if I'm wrong, 2 weeks into spring, what do you think happened during those 2 weeks? Well, Kyle Whittingham runs very intense practices. We're going to see a clip of that in just a little bit. We're going to cut to a clip. He runs very intense practices, which is how it should be at Michigan. Now, from what I've seen from reports, the amount of time you have to work out and do things is shortened, so you have more days off. But when you're on, you're on. You start at 6 a.m. sharp in the morning every day. And that's not for everybody, right? That's just not for everybody. And I could be wrong. And actually, we've got my partner in crime is here. We got TJ in the house. TJ, great to see you, man. Okay. All right. Not yet. All right. So he'll bring yourself on when you're ready, TJ. Okay. So here we go. So like I said, I have an opinion on this. Could be wrong. That the intensity of these workouts may be playing a role. The quarterback battles that may be happening are playing a role. Because remember, Tommy Carr is reportedly contending for the backup quarterback job. So what does that mean for the transfers below? They're probably not going to get a lot of time. And if it's clear, we also know based on camp updates that the defense, which it's supposed to be, the defense is ahead of the offense. The defense is winning and is getting interceptions. If Colin Hurley is getting picked off a lot by the likes of Jair Hill, Rod Moore, Zeke Berry, Smith Snowden, and he's getting picked off a lot, combine that with the intensity of these practices, Michigan just may not be for him. And again, I have I'm looking around. Nobody's saying what it is. So we'll find out. But as of right now, LSU transfer quarterback Colin Hurley no longer with Michigan. TJ, great to see you.
What's up, boys? How we doing?
Life, right?
Yeah. Busy day, my friend. But we're here. Let's do it. We're here for the damn thing. I see we're talking about Colin Hurley in the house. Unfortunately, he left Michigan. It's what it is, man. I mean, we appear to be not very good at transfer quarterbacks. Mikey Keene, Brandon Nicolosi, Fowler, who's not here yet, and Hurley. So it is what it is. Good news. Our guy Tommy Carr is doing
Yeah.
well. Bryce Underwood's doing well, and we got some other quarterbacks that Michigan has in the room that they feel good about. So it is what it is. It is the life of college football in 2026, John.
So I had two theories. You can tell me
Sure.
if, and these are complete theories, and I said that from the jump because we don't know.
Yeah.
But my theories are Kyle Whittingham runs some really old school, intense practices, that's not for everybody. I think for a lot of the Michigan guys that aren't transfers, they're used to it, especially the ones who go all the way back to like the Rod Moores who go all the way back to 23. They're used to intense, like, we're trying to win a natty type practices. But if he's dealing with the grueling practices and then at the same time he's getting eclipsed by Tommy Carr.
Yeah.
And he might be like QB4 behind like Fowler Nicolosi, Tommy Carr. Then you got Colin Hurley as QB4. Do you think I feel like he probably, maybe he thinks he can start or he can at least be QB2 somewhere else?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know yet because it just happened. And as you know, John, I've been slammed behind the scenes. My thought is, this is speculation. I think he saw the depth chart, man. And I think he realizes he's fallen behind the ladder. And I know there's a prominent insider right now. I don't want to say prominent, but there's an insider in the Michigan beat that is saying don't necessarily correlate it to the Tommy Carr buzz. But I mean, look, Brandon Flowers Nicolosi, by all accounts, when he is back on campus, which is going to be after the winter semester, then he's going to be QB2. That's the buzz, right? And then Tommy Carr's performing extraordinary well, exceeding everybody's expectations, not to the point of being a starter caliber player, but for where he was recruited and him being a true freshman, kid's looking good, right? So that's the buzz out of camp. And then Underwood. I mean, we all know the deal. Underwood's not going anywhere this year. He's not going anywhere next year. He's going to be our quarterback. And, I just feel like, potentially, speculatively, the depth chart may have. I think it mattered. I mean, now unless there's something behind the scenes that we are very unaware of, because here's what we do know, right? And this is I don't want to attribute this to Hurley, but here's what we know. Things are very disciplined in Michigan. To your point, John, there's a very high structure going on. Maybe it's not for him. I don't know. Maybe it is. I mean, like, again, don't know. We're throwing things at walls because we don't actually.
We don't know, and we tell you when we don't.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will tell you if I did know. I've not got anything on it myself. But I'll say this: interesting effing timing, John.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
2 weeks into spring,
brother. There's like about a month left of semester. Get your credits at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's going to finish school. Maybe he's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
But let me just say this too. This is a prime example of why you do not classify a year in advance. It never works out, man. I've yet to see the data that shows that is a good decision. So.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. I do think that the Tommy Carr of it all, I at least think that had some type of role. Like if you're walking into Michigan, you want to think you're contending for QB2. You're not going to be QB1, right? Because Bryce Underwood's pretty much got that on lock. Colin Hurley, being an LSU transfer, is aware of Bryce Underwood, right? Yeah. He knows these but he probably thought QB2 could be a possibility. Tommy Carr is exceeding all expectations at this point,
right?
From what we're hearing.
Yes. The only thing that I've heard that is a negative on Tommy Carr, which everything has been absolutely positive, is that his deep throw is not quite there yet. Like he's still got to develop like a third level passing ability, but like everything first level, second level on the run, his ability to pick up the playbook, from my understanding, has really, encourage the coaches. Kid's done well, man. I don't know. And now here's this though. So this was interesting. Apparently, Tommy Carr is not like when he was in high school, which I know we will probably talk about in the spring camp update.
That's okay.
All right, we can save it for that. Well, I'll save it for that. How about that?
Okay.
We'll save it.
Okay. Well, we do have a bunch of intel for y'all. But before we get to that, we actually have a couple of super chats already on what we just talked about. So Michigander is saying still need to see the rest of the freshmen who didn't enroll early, especially Alistair Vallejo. That workout video made him look even more like Mason. Yeah, that the one where he was running around and he was like a 300 something pound freight train.
We all agree. Like we all have agreed. Even rivals will agree with you because we've watched it with rivals. Alistair Vallejo looks like Mason Graham 2.0. His on-field drills look very similar. His play style his high school film is damn near identical. Encouraging player, man. But he's a true freshman. I mean, Mason Graham is a rare one where he actually had reps in game as a freshman and developed more and more snap count, a higher snap count. But we'll see. The defensive line is, it's an interesting position group this spring that we're all watching closely. I know we are. There's some positivity with Trey Pierce. Inaueta's apparently looking good. So, we're going to find out how Alistair Vallejo fits into that, too deep.
This one makes me happy. This is a guy who has been making the rounds the last couple of days. We haven't seen him in a while. Antoine, one of the original listeners of Michigan Wolverines Live from episode 1. So $10 here. Oh, well, if you can't handle the practice, you probably can't handle the game. It's best to shake that dead weight now than in the middle of the season. Oh man, Antoine definitely does not hold back in his comments, and there's some truth to it. We can't say for sure that had a role, but if you combine the intense practices with the depth chart issue, could be
maybe. I mean, look, I don't know what the the issue is with Hurley, so something that hopefully I'll learn more on in the next day or two. We could discuss it in greater detail. I mean, obviously it's something to talk about, but here's the reality too, boys. Can we just cut the shit?
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be turnover in college football, boys. It is what it is. We're not losing here. Our quarterbacks are fine for what we're looking for. Hurley was not going to save us. He was a nice developmental option that we were looking, he was a high upside developmental player, but I think the reality is Tommy Carr has taken that role. I'm not saying, again, without knowing for sure, I don't want to say that that's the reason, but Brady Smeagol's ACL is going to be healing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it is, man. Like you got to think about it like this, like these kids and their families, they know they have 4 to 5 years. And Hurley's already used one or two of them. I think he's I'm trying to remember. Was he a freshman last year? I don't even know anymore. I can look it up very quickly though.
Sure.
So Hurley was a class of 25.
25. Okay.
That's crazy. It says 26. Let me go to his recruiting profile. Oh shit. He was a 24, bro. Yeah, he's 2 years in. He's his clock,
red shirt
his eligibility clock is ticking,
Red shirt sophomore. So he's got some time, but yeah, I understand why he might want to make a move if he's not going up the depth chart the way he wants to.
I don't understand because where are you going to go now? Where are you going to go?
Somewhere that needs the core.
Just missed spring ball, and you just missed spring ball, bro. You just missed your opportunity to eat that playbook and start competing and. I don't know. It is what it is, though. Good luck. Yeah. At the end of the day, good luck.
Yeah, although with the transfer portal rules the way that they are now, there's no spring port, so he's stuck.
I don't know how that's.
There must have been something else. But we'll leave that alone.
Yeah,
we'll talk to our people. We'll talk to our people.
Yeah, I'll shoot.
And we'll see if we can get some more info.
We'll see what we can get. Yeah, I don't know.
GT's got a question.
Oh, I can't wait.
Who is having a worse week, Joey Velasquez or John Shire? Because because of
Yeah,
the Duke, the last
Velasquez
second
shit's
Duke loss.
interesting,
Yeah.
huh? I know we didn't plan on really talking about it, and I suppose we can let
Oh,
that thing.
do we want to take a victory lap? Is that what we want?
I already know I'm not wrong on that situation, so I don't really give a fuck what the rivals think about it. Garrison in the building. What's up, brother?
Oh man.
Listen, end of the fucking day. I don't give a shit how anyone feels about it. We know what the fuck's up. I know for a fact that this is how that situation really is.
Yeah.
And I've expressed it many times on this show. You know.
The fact is,
I'll just say it's deeper than anyone wants to know, too, because I went down a deep roll with it. And then even I got to a point of this is not for me. I'm not interested in learning anymore, you know? So whatever.
I feel like Ohio has bigger problems than Velasquez when your biggest donors on the best friends with Epstein. I feel like they have worse issues. My vote is going to be John Shire because obviously like that absolute last second loss, Duke was winning pretty much that whole game. UConn comes in. Literally, I've said this. I thought they looked like the late 1990s Chicago Bulls all of a sudden out of nowhere. The last few minutes, Terrace Reed, that team was on it, and they got it. So I'm actually gonna vote John on this one.
So I'm gonna go Velasquez, just because like he had all these white knights, you know.
Yeah.
And then here's what's so funny. So shout out to what's his name? Shame on me for not knowing this. There's an individual, college football with Chuck or some shit. Am I wrong on this? I think I got it right. Hold on, what's his name?
College football with Chuck.
I'm half dumb. I apologize. I'm on the fly. I'm all over the place at the moment. I was running wild today. Shit, where is it? Oh yeah, college football Chuck. I'm not dumb. I'm smart. Okay, so so he actually, fuck it. Let's just show what he did. How about this? You guys want to have some fun? Let's have some fun. Let's point and laugh at Buckeyes. Who wants to point and laugh at Buckeyes?
Always.
I love pointing and laughing at Buckeyes, bro. All right. So essentially, let's share a page here. So essentially, my big dog Chuck over here decided he wanted to share this. So for those who don't know, fuck it. I guess here we go. Let's take a turn, John. Joey Velasquez, he essentially, so these are the court documents, okay? And essentially what we have here is Joey Velasquez saying he had no idea how Partridge knew that he was being, interviewed. He must have seen it on my face. And then, so long story short, with what Joey Velasquez said to the NCAA and the court, Chris Partridge and Junior Colson's own accounts basically refuted absolutely everything. This is Joey Velasquez. If you guys want to read it more, College Football with Chuck, highly recommend it. But what's hilarious is not only is there, I don't know, proof from the courts, which there are.
Yeah.
You have the Buckeyes doing their best, let's argue with it. And then this is a good one. So then, these, they're just in denial, bro. And like, he goes, brother, it's on 3. Why would I trust him? And then I gotta let him know, like, oh, these are court documents. Like, that's as credible as it possibly can get, John. Anyways, they just don't want to believe it. So it is. What are you gonna do? There comes a point, John, and there's actually a term for this. And forgive me for not knowing this, but there's a term for, and if someone knows it in the chat, let's get it because I could use a refresher. You could present all the data in the world to somebody, all the data. And it could be as credible, as verified, and as source as possible, John, and they still will not accept the data. There is a term for that. I don't know the name of it. One might call it retarded, but that's not
cognitive dissonance.
No, cognitive dissonance. No. It's something else.
Okay.
But end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, you're just not going to convert people. There comes a point where someone's so locked in.
That'd be the other one.
What is it?
Either willful ignorance or cognitive dissonance is the.
It's not cognitive dissonance because I'm very, very on top of the cognitive
intellectual dishonesty from.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a wild time, John. I'll just say, chill out. No, No political speak, please.
Yeah, I got rid of that one
because that's just as dangerous as Ohio.
I got
State.
rid of that shit. Yeah,
that is. It's just as if you get political in here, it's just as bad as an Ohio State Michigan Twitter fight, right? Like it's just.
Now I will say I'm okay with this one when it's about Ohio. GT with the 10. Do you think that the victims of Wexner's trafficking, because he was tight with Epstein, would be fine with it, knowing that the proceeds were going to a good cause in paying Urban's players? Natty Champs 2014. So I'm going to ask Steve and Garrison and everyone what you think about that super chat. But yeah, that's as far as we'll go on it.
Just win, baby. So messed up. All right. Yeah. Anyways, we had our fun with denialism. No, there really is. There's like a really fucking good scientific word that I apologize.
Bias?
I apologize for not having that one on the cuff. Might be
confirmation bias.
No.
I feel like cognitive dissonance was the closest. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
got a couple people coming
yeah, I don't know. If I ever figure it out, I'll bring it to the table.
Let us know.
Yeah. There's got to be.
Right.
Is there not a psychology major watching the show? Come on, people. Help us out. I went to school for business. Come on.
I have to show this video, TJ. I have to show this video because they're playing in the rain. I love it.
Remember when we went inside, John?
Oh.
It looks wet out there, John.
Oh, looks
the
wet.
Boys. They're already getting ready for that October, November football right now.
Yeah, and you know what I love about this?
Everything.
Receivers catching balls in the rain.
In the rain? Shit, we couldn't do that when it was dry out.
Remember what everybody said? How Michigan has to win is it rains and then they can run it, because if it's a throwing situation, it's going to go to the other team. Well, as you can see from the film here, from the recap, in the rain, Michigan can run the ball or throw the ball. Now we have been hearing some reports of some interceptions, right? The defense is crushing it right now. The defense is doing extremely well. I have a couple of quick initial tidbits to share, just two little things, and then you might have similar stuff.
Yeah, but again, for anyone watching who wants to know how me and John work, I have no idea what he's about to bring to the table. But John, whatever you don't hit on that I'm aware of, we will talk about it, my friend.
Yeah. So there's a lot, but two of the main things that I've seen, Savion Hyder looking like a dog.
Yeah.
He is the game. It feels like it's not even that much faster for him. Because he's so talented. There is actually a much longer video that I'm not going to show us because it's a lot longer, where friend of the network, friend of the program, Coach Alford is mic'd up. I sent that to you. It's really good stuff. And he was talking to Hyder and he was coaching him up, but they were talking about important stuff and getting him ready. But the way that the coaching looked in that video and the general consensus, like you said, TJ, 1A, 1B situation. Hyder's going to be playing.
Yeah,
he's going to be playing a significant amount.
Can I hit on that? Can we talk? I got some more on that. So because of, and if you guys hear my dog, forgive me. John, let me know if you hear my dog. I might have to go eat and run at it. But look, did we lie to you? We told you 3 weeks before camp what the hype was. We told you. Now, look at it. It's getting to the point, John, where it already is here. We've already reached the point of undeniable, to the point, John, where they're really using 2 back sets now. Because you got to have your best players on the field, bro. So I am so intrigued with seeing how that's going to look, how they're going to utilize Hyder, how they're going to utilize Marshall. How much in the passing game, how much is a decoy, in what way? What misdirections are they going to do? Are they going to split? Are they going to potentially, do they have something in the wheelhouse where they split Savion Hyder out wide, put him in the slot or something? I don't know. I really don't even know what Savion Hyder's capability is in catching the ball. Maybe, I don't know. I'm very intrigued though. It's good. And this is what Jason Beck's going to do. And he talks about this. He talks about adapting the offense to its talent, right?
Yep. We've heard that
So,
over and over. Yep.
another thing that we're hearing, which is related in a sense of personnel groupings, like there's a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, John. So I guess I'll go in on this a little bit, and then you can hit your next point.
Yeah.
But look, Andrew Marsh, JJ Buchanan, who we told, well, listen, I know some people like, you know what's funny, John, is someone made a comment on one of our videos like, oh, everybody, no one's been talking. No one talked
we
about
were
JJ
high on
Buchanan.
Buchanan from day
Nobody
one.
talked about I don't know of anyone who talked about a JJ Buchanan like our channel did. Like
I literally
spoke about this kid being, we're not talking about him enough. I remember having a segment on our show, I think in like January.
Yeah.
We are not talking about JJ. Another player we're not talking about enough though is Chris Bracey, the safety on the back end for this defense. He's about to be a problem. We'll get into defense though. I just jumped to it because we're not talking about him enough. But Jamie French, John.
Yeah.
Jamie French is not, you're getting the hype with Andrew Marsh where he just is looking legit. JJ Buchanan's catching everything.
Right.
Travis Johnson's gotten some good hype. Haven't heard a lot about Celeste Moa, to be honest with you. Outside of, they've used them in, I heard that they tried him out in a kick return. Is it punt return? Either punt return or kick return role. We do know, to hit on that, Andrew Marsh is taking kick returns still in camp. But yeah, man, Jamie French apparently is quietly having a pretty strong camp, and he is in that top 3.
They'd probably put him at punt returner, French.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Well, I was talking about Celeste Moa being put in one of those special team roles. But the point being is 3 wide receiver sets, 2 running back, 2 RB sets in the backfield. These are things we didn't necessarily see a lot at Michigan.
It's true.
And it's, it's exciting, John. I don't know what else you had next for us though.
Well, the 2 back sets, to hear that that's coming.
Yeah.
We've been wanting that for 3 years on this program. And it happened every once in a while. You saw it. It was like Christmas morning. You woke up, there were presents under the tree. And it was like, oh my God, there's 2 running backs on the field. And especially when if you're going to run, here's the idiocy of running Alex Orji without running more 2 back sets. Like, if you're going to run Alex Orji, who was having trouble throwing basic passes, and you're not going to use a 2 running back set to run an option more often, like what? Like, that was wild. The fact that we've had most of the time 2 very talented running backs like Haynes and Marshall. Did we ever see those 2? Maybe once. Did we see those 2 go at the same time?
No. So crazy. Misusing Donovan Edwards, not using two back sets. I mean, thank God we got a coordinator who sees what, it's so crazy. Cause like, John, why was Donovan Edwards not used more?
How desperate things were. They should have tried him at quarterback, at least in practice. Just
quarterback.
Yeah.
Like a wildcat?
Like we were having such quarterback problems. Why not?
So funny,
give
John.
it a shot? Give it
Hell
a
no.
shot.
Hell no.
Put him in there.
It was already bad. That would have been just insane.
100% completion.
Can't do it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Against Iowa. If we just play Iowa every game, I'm down. But fuck it. It is what it is. We got a competent staff now. That's what matters. That's great to hear.
It's happy days now. It's dramatic turnaround in the last 3.5 months. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And so I mean, look, good. By all accounts, offensive line. Now there's some injuries still. Evan Link's still battling some injuries. You know what's hilarious? Here's another one. And I know this individual is probably not watching our show anymore. But when Andrew Sprague committed to Michigan, I discussed the possibility of moving him inside just because of the promise of our tackles at the time. I can't recall exactly who we had fully, but someone tried to come at me in the comments like, you don't move a 6'8" guy to guard. Dude, Michigan is currently discussing moving Sprague on the inside. Not because he can't handle tackle, by the way. They just want their best 5 on the field. Because Andrew Babalola is going to be coming, John. And by all accounts, and I'll be honest, I kind of think this is a premature approach, but this is what's going on in Ann Arbor. And the reason why I say premature, and I'll tell you why. So Andrew Babalola is coming back from an injury. Tore his ACL last year, second week of camp, I think. And listen, they anticipate having him right in, and I don't mean starting. Maybe they got 6 lineman packages, but I find that interesting. In my opinion, I feel like they should allow Babalola to integrate himself into the the playbook, obviously get on field reps, and then potentially have him start challenging. But the buzz is that once he's healthy, they feel like they're going to put him right in the mix right away. I mean, he must be that impressive, although this staff hasn't seen him live in practice. I don't know. I think it's an interesting thing, but it is being discussed right now in Schembecker Hall. But I mean, it's kind of where we are. I mean, the offensive line, Jake Renner is doing really well at center. The offense has its good days and bad days right now. To John's point, we have a turnover issue, but I'm going to tell you something that I think needs to be really acknowledged. We talked about what is Jay Hill's defense. I call it a chaos defense. And the reason why is because it causes a lot of turnovers, John, and it confuses the shit out of quarterbacks and makes them make bad decisions. And, listen, I think Bryce is going through that right now. And that's a good thing, because if Bryce Underwood can learn to handle our defense in this new scheme, that's the other thing too, is Bryce Underwood has seen a whole new scheme he's not gone against. This is a great learning curve for him. I mean, it's just something, it's something that only should make both sides better, because it's given the defense confidence, right? And it's giving the offense something to work towards, which is more efficient, turnover-free football. And they know damn well it's not good enough. So if it's not good enough, we got to get to work, and that's what the boys are going to do.
Yeah, if we're switching to defense here, I think for the most, so if we look at the line, first of all, really the missing piece is John Henry Daly, right, on the edge. That's what we're all waiting for, because overall the trench play has been good on D-line, but the one missing piece, pass rush.
Well, you are aware of the update on John Henry Daly. Yep. Are you aware?
What is he coming back sooner?
I have an update. Ooh. I'm going to show you. We're gonna look at it together. I just got to find it. Okay. Big John Henry Daly himself speaks.
Oh, nice.
I believe I'm right. Maybe it was a dream. It's not a dream though. Let me find it. Where are you at? I post a lot. You know what? Maybe if I just go to his Twitter, huh? I'm sure someone in the comment just killed me, though. Don't say it if you know in the comments. Shut your mouth. Shit. I should have had this ready. Shame on TJ.
It's all good.
People, bro. Come on, man. Come on, Twitter. Of course. I type in John Henry Daly, and it gives me Johnny Olden. You bastards. Nobody wants Johnny Olden right now, okay? We all like him, but we don't want him right now. All right, where the hell is it, bro? Okay, I got it. I found it. Okay. The suspense is killing all of us, I know. All right, fuck it. Now I can't find it. God, son of a bitch, dude. All right, anyways. How can I not find this right now? Now I'm pissed off. I'm going to find this. All right, so essentially I'll play it through, and if I find it, I'll show everybody. But essentially, John Henry Daly is saying he is going to be full go June 1st. John, June 1st, he is 100% full go, full activity, full everything, no limitations. So that's major. That is major. I have been cautiously. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. It was Bryce Marriage. Shame on me. I found it.
Okay.
Shout out to Bryce Marriage, by the way. Bryce Marriage is a good dude. Eastern Michigan alum. And Michigander, shout out to you for tagging me. Shout out to you, boys. Anyone tags me and stuff, I appreciate it, because sometimes I'm a little busy. But right there, great news for us. The number 3 edge in the nation per PFF. John Henry Daly says he's expected to be June 1st. He's expected to be full go and participate in all team activities. That's major. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Definitely increases my I guess it lessens my concern level. Yes, you did, Michigander. Thank you very much. It lessens my concern level for the front 6, 7. But again, we got to see it. We got to see how he responds because, gosh damn, bro. I mean, I'm very aware that John Henry Daly had a new cutting edge procedure on this Achilles, but I'll tell you right now, if they can turn the Achilles into the new ACL, then holy goodness, that's great for everybody, including everyone getting older too. But yeah, man, I just think, I mean, look, that's honestly that dude. This is arguably the best player on our defense. So
right, yeah,
that's big time.
The one thing I would say is we have heard things like this before many times. And it turns out,
do not rain on my parade, John. I'm just kidding.
I got to give the my
counter.
expectation is he will play. He will be practicing, but I think that they might take a Rod Moore approach because we're about to talk about Rod Moore and how they're approaching him coming back. I feel like they might do the same thing, like no contact jersey for a bit, like get him in early. Like let's just get him set for a bit because I think he'll be like 90 to 95 for game 1. If I'm reading between the lines and I'm taking all the other injury reports we've heard over the years and how accurate they've been, right? Full go isn't always full go. In fact, it's usually not.
Right.
So what I would say is just being honest with the audience, like as I know we like to be, I'm not sure.
Right.
Me personally.
No, I think I mean, listen, I mean, you're probably, I mean, we're going to have to see. We're just going to have to wait and see on it. I'll say this. Even if, all right, this needs to be stressed though. This really does with any injury. This isn't just a John Henry Daly situation, whether it's an ACL, whether it's an Achilles, any injury that takes you away for a period of time. His body has lost lean body mass. It just has. He's lost muscle, so which means he's lost some explosion, some strength, some balance. He will have to build it back, and especially in his injured leg specifically because his other side's being the dominant. But that's going to take time, and then it's going to take time for his muscle memory to kick in and to get the neurons functioning and the muscles firing appropriately, and it takes time. So when can he get to full game speeds? The question. And then the other question is, when will he be 100%? Because even, for example, and we have talked about this before, you tear an ACL, even at the 12-month point, you're not 100%. You're not. It takes about 18 months to become fully 100%. Now, some people obviously heal quicker than others, but at the end of the day, this is not something like he injured this in November, John.
Right.
So, a year from November will be fucking November. You know what I mean? So June seems quick, but I'm hoping for the best. Listen, I want some medical miracles. So let's go, bro. Let's root for medical miracles.
Yeah, 100%. We want him healthy. We want him working. He's going to be a huge factor for our rush. 100%.
Yes, what's great point. Let's get into this defense, John. So what do you got for us?
Yeah. So I wanted to touch on the great news that Rod Moore is working with the ones. Now they have him on no contact jersey right now, but he is in the mix with the ones along with Jair Hill, Smith Snowden, Zeke Berry, Chris Bracey. These guys, Rod Moore is in the mix, which is fantastic because we need him. It's a young team. It's a new coach. Why not bring back the national champion to be a leader of the defense?
And what's interesting about that, John, is Kyle Whittingham discussed somebody potentially coming back, and it appears to be Rod Moore, right? So, yeah, I mean, now this is one where we will just wait, watch, and observe because we've seen him come back before. Apparently, the issue that bothered him in season last year was cleaned up again in January. A light procedure. Dog, I'm gonna tell you right now, I want to commit to it, but we're just gonna have to hold off. But if Rod Moore's good, if John Henry Daly and Rod Moore are good,
we're fine.
Yeah, we're going to be in a good spot. We're going to be in a good spot.
I'll go as far as to say we're fine.
Yeah,
like both of them are healthy.
Should be good. Should be a good time. So shout out to Quinn, by the way. What's up, brother?
Quinn's here. Woo!
Quinn's joining us for the spring game. Can't wait.
Oh, sick. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, it's gonna be a good crew. And actually, there's a super chat here, but we'll finish the defense first if you have some more to talk about with.
Yeah,
so obviously Rob Moore, big defense. Deal. That's a big deal. But what
all right, so you want me to run with it, or you got some more?
Let's roll.
All right, so here's how defense. So listen, as we talked about a little bit earlier, now added Trey Pierce. They appear to be what we all expected this going into camp. They are your starting defensive tackles. Not a surprise. Apparently, Trey Pierce has added some really good weight, though, so that's good to hear. What I find interesting, John, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make a call right now.
Oh,
so with John Henry Daly out, Dominic Nichols has been playing in that position. On the opposite side, they've been running Cam Brandt, Nate Marshall, and I'm going to tell you right now. And I know Juju's in the chat. He's a big Cam Brandt guy. It's my opinion Nate Marshall's going to take that. I think Nate Marshall this year is going to take the role opposite of John Henry Daly, because Nate Marshall is a very talented kid, former 5-star. If he wasn't 5-star, he was like borderline ranked 35th in the nation. He was like right there. So that's our defensive line, man. And I'll tell you, like, just think about the rotation of John Henry Daly, Eda, Trey Pierce, Nate Marshall, Cam Brandt, Dominic Nichols. It's a nice 6, right? Yeah. Now who's behind that, John? Well, we know Jonah Lea'ea. I think that's how you pronounce it, by the way. We'll find out. Now he's in the 2 deep. Pale. I think that's how you pronounce it. Is it Poly? Is it Pale or is it Poly? I'm not too sure.
Chat, let us know.
These Polynesian names or these Samoans, John. Have you seen the recruits we're dealing with? I can't even pronounce the first.
I love it because it means we're getting some tough.
A lot of top 100 name, a lot of top 100 players with some wild last names. We're gonna have a good time all year pronouncing these things. But anywho, listen, that's your 2 deep, and apparently David Poly is very stout in the run game, so that's exciting, John. Next,
we were excited about him when he committed. Like we played his film a lot.
Yep. Yeah, and then I'm going to tell you right now, Chase Taylor. Let's watch Chase Taylor at linebacker. Apparently, he's looking good in camp. Obviously, in my opinion, the linebacker position is one where guys are going to have to win that job, because no one had, like, we obviously have Bowles, who's probably made the most impact last year as a player who's returning. But you have Nate Stalling, you have Nathan Owusu-Boateng, you have Chase Taylor. We'll see. I mean, it appears they're fighting, but I mean, one name I'll tell you that I'm hearing consistently is Chase Taylor. Chase Taylor is a name that I'm hearing consistently in a starting role and making consistent plays. I don't want to say making impact. I don't want to say making crazy impact plays, because that's not what I've heard. But I think he's going to develop nicely for us. I've always been a fan of him. He was one of my diamonds in the rough from 2 classes ago. And if it wasn't 2, it was 1, but whatever. It all blurs together. The next player. All right, then let's talk about this back end of this defense, John. This is the strength of this defense this year, which is great for Jay Hill's defense, John. This, when you can have playmakers on the back end, athletic, skilled DBs who can make a play on the ball, and not only that, John, have a high IQ. Well, we got them, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's good buzz right now with the tandem of Jair Hill, Smith Snowden, and Zeke Berry. But then you talk safeties, John, and I'm telling you, the Chris Bracey, the Rod Moore, and I know Rod Moore is just getting into it a little bit. I'm very satisfied. I'm very satisfied going into that. I think that's another thing we're going to be just fine. I think that's going to be just fine for us.
Yeah, Smith Snowden was absolutely critical to get.
Right. That's a cornerstone.
Absolutely critical.
Right. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, Honestly, dude, like, all right, I'm gonna bring up some old shit, so I apologize, but
Sure.
sometimes I like to think about things that make me sad. Bro, if we had Cole Sullivan,
Oh, this would be
bro, Smith
complete.
Snowden, Rod Moore back, hopefully, Chris Bracey, you got the Zeke Berry and the Jair Hill on the outside, right? You'd have Cole Sullivan leading your linebacker core with I know, he's not here. I know. Shame on me. Someone in the comments be like, stop talking about old shit. And then you have this defensive line with hopefully the cornerstone player and John Henry Daly with up and coming Nate Marshall. And then you have Enau Etta and you have Trey Pierce, who are now veterans.
I think Etta's gonna take a leap.
I
do.
hope.
I think he is. I think he knows it's time.
John. We need him to. Former top 100 player, and I mean this as respectfully as possible, has not lived up to the ranking, and that sucks because I actually liked his highlight tape. The problem is he was a bit of a tweener. It is what it is, though. It is.
And there is the possibility that Zeke and Smith Snowden, like Zeke might be playing nickel, and Smith Snowden might be playing CB2. There is that a distinct possibility.
Whittingham has said, actually, was it Jay Hill? I'm not sure. Either Jay Hill or Whittingham said, okay, they said that they actually really like what they see with Zeke at. And I'll be honest, when Zeke came to us, I felt he was a nickel, or a hybrid safety. He was either going to be a nickel or a hybrid safety. But two more players I really want to point out for everybody. Now, this is more your two deep here, but Shamari Earls is starting to make some noise, which I know a lot of people are happy about. Because he was a big time recruit for us. And last year he didn't necessarily get a lot of playing time because, Sanders kind of took that. But another player we need to talk about, John, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm taking an L. I'm taking an L because I did not. Yep. Moose got it.
Maureen Vincent.
Not. Bro, when he committed to us, it was one of those highlight films where you don't see a lot of them. You don't see a lot of, it was more of him just being an athlete, offensive kick return. It was a mixed bag of a highlight tape. You didn't see a lot of back end highlights. I was sleeping on Jamarion Vincent, and I'm going to tell you right now, to Moose's point, Moose is right. Jamarion Vincent is the player. He is making noise, and actually there's a pretty damn epic photo that I want to share with y'all. Now, granted, it's a photo, but you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm in the desert starving. As far as I'm concerned, it's water, and I fucking love it. So let me find this bad boy. Where are you? Oh, I got it. Here we go. Look out, my boy, Jamarion Vincent. I'm sharing it right now, John. Jamarion, Air Jordan Vincent, brother. That is an amazing photo, by the way.
Talk about Air Jordan. Holy shit. Look at that.
I know. Look at the catch, one-handed, you dog. So I'm just
Odell Beckham Jr.
I'm going to say this too. So I have spoken with some parents recently, and they are so damn satisfied with what they're hearing from their kids right now, from the way strength and conditioning is going, the way the practices are being ran, the way they're being pushed. So that's how I know it's real, right? Like I know what we're hearing from things that are leaking, and I know what is being published, but I thankfully get some feedback from some parents, and it only confirms what we're hearing. So we know it's no bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's good. It's
everything we've heard is more discipline, more accountability.
Yeah. And kids being pushed, and the kids, and that's the other thing too, is the kids are receptive, very receptive right now. They actually, we heard Bryce Underwood talk about last week, like it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that it is, because like I'm going to tell you, all these kids are going to get exactly what they came here for, to be coached, developed into young men, not only on the field but off the field. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to have fun. There is some quiet, cautious optimism right now, and I want to stress cautious optimism. But the team, there's a feel that they're going to be pretty damn good this year, John. They're going to be pretty damn good this year. Obviously, they have things to work on. Obviously, there's a lot to install still. Right. But good, man. I mean, we're here for another good year, brother. You know what I mean?
Competent coaching helps a lot.
Oh,
remember, and I know we've beaten this drum before, but when Jim Harbaugh comes in, in 2015, after Brady Hoke shits the bed for a fourth year, Jim Harbaugh, they get, Hackett pulls the miracle, brings in Jim Harbaugh, one of Michigan's favorite quarterbacks of all time, comes in as the coach after almost winning a Super Bowl and multiple championships at the 49ers, bowl wins at Stanford, turning around programs. Year one, even in the spring, you saw the difference. I feel we're at a similar place.
I agree.
But with a better offense. I think we're at a similar place as to 2015 Harbaugh, but with a better offense and better receiving game. And that's extremely exciting because if we remember, Jim Harbaugh did lose, but who did he lose to? Kyle Whittingham that first game. That's right.
No, wasn't it week 2? Wasn't it week 2 or was it week 1?
Week 1, very first game.
Oh, bitch, bro. It was such a good game too, bro. Their quarterback had a little flow going out the helmet. I was like, damn it. Yeah, he played like a dog too. I respect that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, listen, I feel confident in guaranteeing a well coached, sound, fundamental, physically tough football team, bro. Like I don't see how it won't be. Oh, by the way, here, you want some more spring updates?
Yeah, let's go.
The strength and conditioning staff. Now this might sound hyperbolic, all right? Being compared to Ben Herbert. Ooh. Being compared to what Ben Herbert's staff was doing. Apparently, rumor has it, the weight gain numbers are just through the roof. Like the kids are just the bodies, they're responding very well. I had a player's parent, respectfully, 16 pounds her son added, and it's all good weight. And he's a player that we have not fully discussed, but is making some noise in camp. But yeah, man, apparently this staff's getting the most out of these kids right now. So that's great, Great to hear. Because what do we talk about, John? How often, what's funny is we talked about the Justin Trust staff.
Like almost every week.
And we had our questions. We had our questions.
Yeah, we did.
And the culture. And well, it does appear, John, confirmed again. Not wrong, John.
Now, who I really want to hear talk about it, and maybe they have, but like Rod Moore and anyone else from that era that was at least tangentially part of.
He's one of the ones who mentioned that. He's one of the ones who mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Rod Moore, was in that Ben Herbert 2023.
Yeah, well, he's one of the ones who made the comment.
Yeah.
Well, here's another one for you. What's his name? He was just here. He came from Alabama, from Belleville, former 5-star. He just came here to do his pro day work. He was a defensive tackle for us. Why am I drawing a blank? I apologize. He's from Belleville, 5-star. Transferred from Alabama, 1 year here. He did his pro day. Why can't I remember his name right now? Anyways, he made comment, my man.
Damon Payne?
That's right. Thank you. I appreciate you guys very much. He made comment the similarities to what Saban was doing and how that was going. And he was here for the Sharon Moore. He was there if he had Nick Saban as a coach. Yeah, dude, it's good. I mean, I look, again, we're not the only, here's the only negative we're hearing in camp right now. It's just there's some turnovers on offense. That's the downside of camp right now. There's some turnovers going on that they got to clean up. But
I like it. Because we were worried about the defense coming like at the very beginning. The first couple of weeks after Witt was hired and they were putting it together, we were actually more excited about the offense because the defense, the Cole Sullivan loss and the John Henry Daly injury, and who knows about Rod Moore. And there was just more uncertainty because of the personnel, not because of the coach, but the personnel. I love the fact there's turnovers. Yeah. I love the fact that there's interceptions. It means that they're doing what they need to do.
And then somebody would be like, well, and then a rival right now is saying to themselves, well, that's because your offense sucks. That's not true, though. The offensive line is actually good. We have 2 running backs who are top 10 in college football. Jordan Marshall proved that. Saban Hyder's showing the fuck up right now. We have wide receivers who are extremely talented. Andrew Marsh is one of the better wide receivers in the Big Ten. argue with a wall if you disagree. JJ Buchanan, as I've tried to tell people since January, don't sleep on him. He's very nice. He will be a Sunday player. And I'm high on Jamie French. So, and then obviously we have the Travis Johnson. Oh, here's Jamar Browder.
Browder has been doing some stuff too. Right. Yeah.
So they're running a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. The next 3 are Jamar Browder, Travis Johnson, Celessi Moa. They got Travis Johnson playing the Z. They got Jamar Browder playing the X and Celessi playing the Y. That's beautiful. The 2 deep at wide receiver is so healthy. It's very encouraging. And I love it. So that's where we are with that, John.
Oh, man. It is hard to not get absolutely amped because, and the reason I'm holding back is because I got at least somewhat excited in 24, right? Yeah. But this is a different situation. Why? And there was a commenter or two, and I'm pretty sure it's the same people that defended Sharon that were saying, hey, why do you have to put down the previous staff to build up the new staff? Because it's about part of how you evaluate is based on comparison, and how you evaluate is based on Michigan wins a natty, then goes down the tubes for 2 years. And then now all of a sudden is like back to practicing the way they're supposed to. It looks the way it's supposed to. There's a reason we're excited. There's a reason the shows have a much more positive and happy vibe now, as opposed to pretty much all of 2025. It's because we think good things are happening, and we tell you straight either way.
And can we also just be honest? They are in a public realm where they will be publicly criticized. They have a job watched by millions. Imagine if you had a job watched by millions. There's going to be critiques, and there's going to be, there's going to be analysis. And guess what, John? We have a show to talk about it. And that's what's going to happen. Listen, we're going to talk about the old staff, and I'm going to tell you this too. We're going to have some fun with it. One of our very good loyal members of the community, Sharonly fans, has made a hell of a name, of a name. And you know what? It's okay, because that's what happens when you're paid millions of dollars. Now, we're not being disrespectful. We're not putting no one down, and I'm not wishing ill on nobody. I hope Sharon does well. I hope he figures shit out. I think he will do well, by the way. Seems to have what he needs to do well. But end of the day, like, we're gonna bring it up. And I'm sure, you know what, John? I have a feeling we're probably gonna bring up Sharon more about 32,000 times by January 1st. So I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like, we'll have fun with it here and there. Like, if I want to make a joke about a damn butter knife, I'm gonna make a damn joke about a butter knife, and I don't apologize.
No apologies here at Michigan at the voice of college football. And I will say, if you want the Sharonly fans emoji, if you want any of our emojis, the Quinn emoji, the moose emoji, the Doreen emoji, the whatever, the block M's, all of the above, guess what? You can become a member for just $2.99. And I'm pinning it right now in the chat. Go sign up. I'm thinking about doing a watch party for Final Four. I'm thinking about it. So I think that would be fun. Stressed. We'll do it with some members. It'll be a good time. So consider becoming a member. I want to thank our. Do we have any final thoughts on the spring camp before we hit the super chats and sponsors?
Yeah, just another encouraging week of camp. I mean, it's just it's good. It appears to be in the right direction. So good for us. Let's enjoy. Let's hope it translates to spring ball. I'll tell you right now, John. What if I'm about to do something I shouldn't, but what if we have a really impressive spring game? Like, I don't want to put that out there, because now if it's not, people are gonna be let down. I don't want to do that. But I mean, just if you will, dream with me a little bit. Like, what if this is a very impressive spring game, John? I mean, shit. Our fan base is going to go nuts for at least 2 months.
Well, define very impressive, meaning the offense looks very impressive.
Oh, no, just plays for example,
physical.
We see higher, just fucking look elite. We see Bryce Underwood with some nice first, second, third level throws to various options. Now, of course, we don't know how they're going to structure the teams. Like, it doesn't mean that Andre Marsh probably might not be with Underwood. He probably will, though. But, Hyder might be on the other team. He might be on Tommy Carr's team, right? Because there's really only two. That's the other thing too. There's really only 2 quarterbacks in camp right now. So yeah, I don't know. And then just defense making plays, like interceptions, good tackling. They can't sack the quarterback, but get in the backfield, be disruptive. I mean, I know Juju's going to watch the game at least 35 times. So we'll get a lot of intel for you guys. I don't know about intel, but analysis and feedback from the game. So we're looking forward to that, man.
Absolutely. I think for me, I'd love to see some of that from Bryce. I'd love to see other wide receivers aside from Andrew March.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But the other thing I want to see is I'd love to see some defensive turnovers. I'd love to see some pass rush. I'd love to see the defense show up and be ferocious. Because then when Bryce does win and when the running game is on, it's going to be even more impressive when it does work. Because then both sides are doing what they need to do. Sorry, what you had a thought. I could tell.
If we can see Bryce Underwood's fundamentals back,
yes,
that's could be a big like that, just that, like that. His footwork, no happy feet, trusting his pocket. There's gonna be a lot of things we're gonna be looking at. One-on-ones with the offensive lineman, defensive line, the route running ability of some of these receivers. How about catching a ball? Please, I will get excited. I will get so excited if we get like 6 catches in a row with no drops.
Oh my God.
Sound tackling, which that's something I expect. Because shit, look at all the missed tackles we had last year. Jesus.
Well, the difference is if we go to the first few games, and someone's dropping, I don't think that they're gonna wait 9 games to pull the guy.
No,
I think they're gonna pull the guy like within a game or 2.
Yeah, there's not gonna be any blackmail. No blackmail on Kyle Whittingham. But stop it, John. Quit bringing up old shit. All right.
Oh, shame on me.
But another thing that's going to be exciting here, you know what else is going to be freaking exciting to look at? The personnel groupings, the formations, the sets, defensively as well. Like, how are they going to, like, obviously, we're not going to see everything. It's going to be somewhat vanilla, but we're going to get some in. We're going to have some idea, some understanding, and it should be enjoyable, man.
Can't wait. Sunny Ray actually has a question related to this. So, up to you if you want to.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if we want to give where we're at.
There's privacy issues.
We will 100% be available for meeting up and everything. Like, we go out, so just so everyone knows, like, how we do this. The first night we go to a restaurant. I'll keep it on the low, although we've talked about it a lot. And then, which, by the way, I gotta get reservations. But anyways, we go there, and then we go out. We go and we let you guys know where we are, what bars we're going to. We if we go to a new spot, I put it on the Twitter. Anyone's welcome to fucking meet up with us, bro. Like, just have a brewski or just talk ball or whatever. And then Saturday we I got to reach out to Hailgate and see if we can go there again. And then we just we do a little pregame before the spring game. We get in there, we sit as a group. You don't listen. You can do what you want though. You don't got to rock with us if you don't want to. But if you want to sit with us, watch the game. We did that last year. That was dope. And then at Saturday, we do our post game after the game, and then after that, we go back out again. And if anyone wants to link up, we can do it. So yeah, we just have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, part of that was on me. I should have communicated where we were a little bit more last year. I did my best. We all did our best. People did find us anyway.
Well, I posted it. I mean, we had some people meet us, but you know what, too? You know, at the same time,
Wolverine in Ohio came by the first night.
I go out. I'm going out with the boys.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to join, come along. If not, we're gonna have a good time regardless. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm not looking for like some mass whatever, bro. We're going out. Y'all want to have a beer together? We're there for it.
Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. Jeez Louise is back. Lurking. It's the off season, but she's been around.
Jeez Louise loves Michigan. She ain't going nowhere. She's an alum, John.
Oh. And Connor Stallion's espionage member. So
hell yeah. Yeah, shout to her. Thank you, Jeez Louise.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Hey, Michigander, the talk of O-line is Jake and Blake. Yeah, Jake Garnera. We might have breezed by him for a second.
No, I mentioned him at center. He's playing well.
Yeah, but Jake Garnera, I'd say that's the biggest no-brainer of them all. Like, I think we all knew Jake Garnera when he was emerging, that he was going to be one hell of a center. Yeah. And they've got him at guard too a little bit. They're trying it both, but I think he's going to wind up being the center. And I think he's going to do a very good job.
Yeah, no, for sure. Lock it in, John. I remember we used to do locks. Lock it in.
Yeah.
You know, the old line's kind of getting shifted and moved around a little bit because again, Evan Link is banged up right now. He's not necessarily playing. But, you know, they got Brady Norton. They got Nathan Afobe battling out at guard right now. Andrew Sprague and Blake Frazier are, you know, your starting tackles right now. But, like, as we talked about, and appreciate you, Joe. Thank you very much. As we talked about, you know, when Babaloa gets back, you may see Sprague get moved inside.
Yep. Yeah, Babaloa is, I think, going to take that tackle position.
And so that individual who was on my ass for suggesting that, take that. Your boy knows ball. But anyways, we'll see. I mean, it obviously comes back when he's back and healthy and good to go. From my understanding, Babaloa will be available for fall ball. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of buzz comes from that.
Michigander, report is coach wants guys to stay all summer for official practices and workouts before fall camp. He wants to get this ish right before week 1. Yeah, I love that. I love unofficial practices. I love workouts. I love that he isn't just this man is not playing around.
He's not.
This isn't. He's not on OnlyFans. No, he doesn't have a side piece. We hope.
No time.
no time because he's focused. He follows his wife and his daughters. He doesn't follow all these random women on Instagram. Okay, no time.
He's in the playbook, John. He's watching
all the time.
Get a natty to win, John. You know what Kyle Whittingham does in his spare time?
Dream about a natty.
He works out, rides his Harley, and fucking calls Urban Meyer to talk shit about Ryan Day. That's all he does, bro. He's talking shit about Ryan Day. They have fun, you know. Yeah. But end of the day, look, we got a good one, boys. Let's enjoy it.
17 months of membership for Michigan fans.
Goodness. I didn't even
really I know.
That's a long
we've had
time.
The membership. That's about how long we've had it.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm hearing that the LSU quarterback that is transferred in is no longer with this team.
That's
yes. So
true.
If after this show, for those of you who join later, definitely rewind to close to the beginning. We covered it as the first topic, and definitely something, that I think we're going to be okay. How about this? Quinn, fuck Ohio. Fuck Ohio.
It's always a good time to say fuck Ohio.
With
absolutely.
The hundo. Thank you, Quinn.
Thank you, Quinn. Get those Quinn emojis out for our boy. We
absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. It's always fuck Ohio, respectfully and disrespectfully. Yeah, man. Get ready, boys. The Buckeyes ain't ready. You know what's so funny, John, is watching Dusty May kill it right now, and then watching the Buckeyes pray that North Carolina poaches them. Watching the Spartans pray that they poach them. It's so telling. It's so telling when you see rivals hoping for an outcome, but prior to outcome even being a thought, they were talking mad shit about Dusty. You know, there is the famous post by Dave Biddle. Terrible hire. Terrible hire, John. That's what he said.
Yeah, terrible. So terrible. Final Four.
Yeah.
So
which we're going to talk some Michigan basketball a little bit.
We are.
We got a lot to talk about, actually. There's someone who asked about the Dusty contract. I will update you as far as I know where we are with that. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
GT says the bar was set very low in the Sharon era. Very true.
It was so low there was no bar, John. You just walked.
Hey, 9 wins. Walked. Hey, 9 wins, and everybody's seen the TMZ arrest video. It's like, well, they wanted to fire me anyway.
No, I didn't. Was it the one? Was it the one where he was getting handcuffed, or the other one?
Yep. There's a if you go to we're not gonna play it here out of respect, but
yeah, I guess that's fair.
But you know,
Tasteful John.
he claims they wanted to fire him anyway. So
9
wins.
They did.
Yeah.
They did, John. They did. He pissed off some people, John. You probably shouldn't make comments about needing 2 fucking quarterbacks. Respectfully.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Probably shouldn't do that. Probably shouldn't piss people off.
How about our daddy becoming a YouTube member? Those who stay will be champions.
Wonderful avatar you have too. I love it.
Yeah.
Look at Kyle Whittingham and his maize and blue on the sideline. Where'd you get that picture? Where'd you get the picture? Hasn't even coached the game yet, and he's already got photos.
Yeah,
bro, came from the future.
That's it. Those time machines.
You know, the haters will say it's AI, John. The haters will say it's AI.
Hey, I was just in a DeLorean. I went to Austin Con, and I was in a DeLorean. You? Yeah. Okay. So in DC. So
nice.
You know, I did a little time travel.
Did a little traveling.
Yeah, you know.
We won't share what you found out about the Buckeyes next season. It ain't good.
It ain't good. Jay Scott with the 5. Do I go to the spring game, which I've been planning since the date came out, or my twins' first soccer game?
Okay.
Which was announced the other week.
All right. So I'm gonna say something. All right. So I want to preface this. I do not have children.
Yeah.
Shocker.
I've got cats. You got dogs. You have kids.
Well, my account says children are liabilities. But anyways, better get a prenup. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so just kidding. Women are wonderful. All right, so
facts.
I'll just say this: there's gonna be a lot of soccer games in your future, brother. There will not be a lot of spring games because they're going away. That's all I'm saying. Plus, how old is the memory? Are we sure the memory will be there in 3 to 5 years? I don't know. You know, I'm just kidding. You should always put your kids first, but I'm not gonna be mad at you if you come and join us, Jay. It'd be a good time.
I guess I have
4th year playing. Wait.
4th
year, their first game.
Okay. Listen, that's fine.
Listen, there'll be a second game.
How many? I need to know more. Like, first of all, how many games are there in a season?
Well,
if there's
it is
50 games,
there comes a point. Like, I like in hockey, for example, when you're really young, you just practice all the damn time, and then you finally get to the age where you can actually start playing games. It might be one of those situations. I mean, listen, bro. They don't even know where to kick the ball yet. All right, they don't even know where to kick the ball yet. They're just running around. One of those kids are going to be standing there picking their nose. You know, I mean, I've been to those soccer things. Half the parents are on their phone. You got another parent with a flask. You know what I mean? It's a wild time. Let's go.
Quinn's getting you fucked up for the spring game.
Let's go. We're ready.
How about that?
We're ready. Hey, they ran out of beer last time, Quinn, but we'll be all right. Ask my boy Douglas.
1 page pizza coming up,
bro. I have to order the Page Shiver.
Yeah,
respectfully, and I mean the pizza. Chill out.
Yeah, do they have they? It's still on the menu. We know it's still on the menu, or
well, you know what? We're gonna find out, John, because I plan on venturing over to the
there.
Jug. I mean, obviously, we got to go when they don't make the team lunch. Because we learned they shut down the kitchen for the team. I mean, I get it, I guess, but I was hungry.
Yeah. Tree is clarifying. First of all, Tree has been a member for 11 months. Witt's allowed to have sister wives. He's from Utah. So, just clarifying for everybody. As far as I'm aware, he does not. We don't want to start that. We'd get clipped all over the internet if we said that. But, we don't think that's the case, just for the record.
I think not. I think they don't all believe in that. But anyways,
no, that's actually old. That's not a modern Mormon tradition anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some people rocking, but you know how it goes.
Anyways,
what a show, John. We go from Epstein to this, huh?
Speaking of Wolverine in Ohio, or formerly in Ohio, here he is. Sorry, just got in, boys. I'll have to rewatch from the beginning. Just wanted to say hey. And he wanted to drop some gifted memberships.
And hey, better see you at the spring game, bro. Better see you at the spring game, you and your brother, man. Shout out to you and your brother.
Congrats goes to Adam Estep, 56, Mark Ellis, Eric Hendricks, and Sly 26 Monster. All 5 of you, free. Those who stay will be champions memberships for 30 days. Enjoy. Courtesy of Wolverine, formerly in Ohio.
Oh, shit. Victor Ducky in the house. What's up, Victor's Ducky?
Oh, we're getting all kinds of people coming back. I love it.
Man.
GT is letting you know, Jay, that Michigan's spring game is only once a year. Your kids you have forever. So there you go. There's your encouragement.
GT's a quiet genius, bro. He's a genius. He ain't wrong.
Before we get to our last, we do have some more topics actually, but before we get to those, 2 quick things. First of all, don't forget to follow the Voice of College Football Twitter X account at the VOCFB and join the conversation. Lots of questions we're asking on there. Chime in at the VOCFB on X. And we also, one more time, want to thank our sponsor, Freedom Services EPC. That's right. Here we go. Thank you, Michigander, for writing this out. Michigan Wolverines Live is sponsored by Freedom Services EPC. Quality you can trust. People you can count on, serving all the USA's oil and gas needs. Check them out at freedomservicesepc.com. Thank you. Thank you. Thank FanDuel. Everybody rocks. And now, let's talk recruiting. Everybody loves a recruiting topic. Let's talk recruiting. And we do have some, since our last show, TJ, athlete Maxwell Miles and OT Sydney Rouleau have committed to the University of Michigan.
That's right.
So 2 new recruits, very exciting there.
Yep.
And then obviously we did have an out. So Tristan Dare is no longer with the program.
Well, first let's hit on Tristan Dare. Listen, formerly of the previous staff, committed in August of last year. It's just a mutual parting of ways. Michigan, that's how it goes. When you go through these coaching changes, it's sometimes the transition isn't the smoothest from a previous or a former recruit from a previous staff to a newer staff. And, look, they're going to go their separate ways. Tristan Dare will be all right. He's a pretty good player. He'll find a landing spot. But Michigan, speaking of out, Sydney Rouleau, I don't know. It's definitely Canadian. I'm sure there's a French Canadian watching her now, like you son of a. But look, this kid. So I didn't do a player analysis on any of them because they all committed at weird ass times. But Sydney Rouleau. How do you pronounce that, John? Talk to me. Someone in the chat said this.
Rouleau. It sounds like a French
You're
name.
probably
like
right.
Rouleau
sounds so hockey player. All right, you're right. It is Rouleau. That's why, John. If anyone asks, like, why does TJ have a co-host? That's why, because John is the name.
That's what I'm here for. Yeah.
He keeps the train on the tracks. But the Canadian from Texas. I mean, bro, he's basically a Liger. Best of both worlds. You get the Canadian Canuck and you got the Texan. He's a killer. All right, but no. End of the day, Sydney Rouleau. Look, he's a developmental player. He's got great size, great a great frame, but he does have some developmental work. Like, if I was to do his player analysis video, I would simply say the coaches see the potential in him. You do see what he has power, but his fundamentals are just not fully there yet. He's got a lot to develop. When I watched his highlight film, I will just say, I feel this is, if we see him on the field, it will be in year 3, year 4. Now, listen, I could be, maybe the development under Jim Harding is just effing elite. And if it is, then great. I mean, shout out to them, but they see what they want. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Here's something to be very excited about. So he's a borderline 4-star. All right. The types of kids they were getting at Utah, this would be considered one of the top of their class. So Jim Harding knows exactly what he's looking for here. Jim Harding has not had the luxuries of a Babaloa or these elite ass top 100 offensive linemen or even top 2. I mean, now granted, I know, Spencer Fano was a top 100, but that was a unique situation because he was from the state of Utah. Yeah. And so, I mean, it's, good for us. And then Maxwell Miles is another safety who complements my guy we just got in the class. Why am I drawing a blank in his name? I got it for us though right here. So I will just say this about Maxwell Miles. Personally, Yeah, so Darrell Madison, who I'm very high on, by the way. Darrell Madison's being slept on, but Maxwell Miles, I will be honest, watching his film personally, I can't say I love it, but listen, if the coaching staff loves it, we're good for it. I mean, obviously, you got to fill the class. I mean, I think it's a little early to kind of bring in a Maxwell Miles, personally, but the staff feels good about him, so they're going to move forward.
Yeah, look, I'm just happy at this point. They're stacking them up. They're starting to fill the class. I was very happy with Darrell Madison. Obviously, the fact that they've at least up to now retained Ricardo Kitchen.
Yes. Not talked about enough, but it's because he committed so long ago. I know.
He's still with us.
Major. Yeah, that's a major get.
Yeah. So you add those with some of these, I would call them more depth pieces to be I'm trying my best here, but we don't know how. We don't know.
Your developmentals. They're your developmentals, and you need developmentals. You need those guys that are going to take year 2, year 3, year 3 and 4. Then they can have a role, John. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Developmentals are valuable.
Wrong with that.
Yeah. And a lot of developmentals, to be very honest here, a lot of developmentals, some of them don't start, but they're in your 2 deep. They offer depth. And listen, they're quality. You need them. You need your developmentals. And the other thing too is, look, a player, if anyone remembers a player by the name of Mike Sanders still, he was a developmental, right? But they put him in the right spot. He developed, and now he turned into an amazing player for Michigan. So a core piece to a national championship winner. So you don't want to sleep on the developmentals. You know what I mean? Every now and then they pop.
It's true. Mike Sanderson might be one of the best examples ever. That okay, let's try him out at defense and see what happens. And because they were trying him at receiver.
Yeah.
And he was kind of, up. He had a couple of plays. It was hit or miss, and then absolutely lights out in defense.
Yeah.
National champion. That's what happened there.
Absolutely. All right. So do we got a next player, John? You want me to run through my list here?
I'm all out. So go ahead and run through anybody you have top of mind.
Yeah. All right. So guess who we had? John, we had some surprise visitors at Michigan this past week. Have you heard about them?
Oh, maybe a certain wide receiver.
Yeah, Dakota Grant, number 1.
Oh, wow!
It's so funny, John. We hire Ron Bellamy,
which we said was a good move, recruiting only.
But then, John, we start getting surprise visits from in-state talents, John. And one of them is Dakota Grant. And now we are battling Oregon. We're battling obviously some of the top teams for Dakota Grant. Dakota Grant, for those who don't know, John, is a 5-star player. I believe he's ranked 15th. I guess let me double check.
He's up there. And look, I've heard some people, and again, some people out there, including some commenters, saying, "Oh, well, is he the right fit for the program?" and things like that, bro. You understand that the best coaches can handle a little bit of individuality. Remember that the Steelers under Mike Tomlin was able to keep Antonio Brown in check for multiple years. If he can do that, then I think we can handle a little bit maybe from Dakota. But I think Whittingham is the right coach that can instill that discipline, that program first mentality. Look, Andrew Marsh, he's a baller, but he still has that humility to him. And I think Dakota Grant can have that same Andrew Marsh mentality where he can ball, but at the same time he's going to be program first.
Look, I'm going to tell you this right now. If anyone thinks Dakota Grant is not good for Michigan, you don't know ball. I'm sorry. Dakota Grant is listen. What did Kyle Whittingham say? You are going to adapt to us. We are not going to adapt to you. Kyle Whittingham knows exactly what he's doing. I'm not worried about any coach who has a little bit of me to him. And I want to let you know something right now. I'm not aware of any me from Dakota Grant. Now, maybe there is. I've not heard it. I don't know. Maybe there is. But Dakota Grant is a Sunday player. Dakota Grant is a first-round talent. Dakota Grant is a fucking wide receiver 1 alpha who can win you games.
Facts.
Dakota Grant is the Savion Hyder. I mean, okay, no, quite honestly, Savion Hyder is like Jeremiah Smith. But
Yeah.
the point. All right, so I want to chill out. I try to be as accurate as I possibly can.
I'd say Jeremiah would be a good comparison for like
for Savion.
Yeah,
sure. Dakota Grant is like maybe a step above a Jordan Marshall like level of talent. You understand what I'm saying? Dakota Grant is serious. And speaking on in-state talents, John. Speaking on it, now we also got another surprise wide receiver visitor, but for this time for the 2028 class, John, and that is DeAndre Biden. DeAndre Biden, the 28 class, is number 16 overall in the nation, number six overall wide receiver. And look, it is not a coincidence. I know. All right. So I said this on the Thursday show. I don't know why I didn't think of bringing this up till now. I reached out to somebody and I said, hey, what is the reason for the recent, trend of in-state top talent coming to Michigan? I got a one-word response. Bellamy. Ron Bellamy, baby. And this is why they got him. And this is what Michigan's trying to do here. And this is the relationship builder. And we talked about this a little bit. Ron Bellamy not only has a great relationship with a lot of in-state kids, but one of the players is Donald Tabron. Okay, that's your 2028. Well, guess what? DeAndre Biden is 2028. You better believe they're going to sell them on that package deal. You better believe it, bro. They're setting up the foundation now to sell that to them, because that is, and it's not even a sell, it's reality. You two are cornerstone players for the 28 class offensively, especially. That is something I'm very confident is going to be pushed on both of them. And it's end of the day, John, can't say I'm mad about it. Another player we're going to talk about, because we also had a surprise visitor, Marcus Fakatou, Fakatou. No idea, John.
Fakatou.
I guess. I don't know. We're gonna, who knows? But someone knows. Someone's listening to Sam Webb, I'm sure. But it doesn't matter, because Sam Webb usually gets that shit right. But visited practice Saturday, John. He had a friend with him, John. Are you? You know what? I'm not even gonna read his name. I'm just gonna share it. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Someone, I think I was on doing the show. Let's see if I can figure this out. It's David. All right, we're just going to share it. So my homie here, Big Dog.
Big Dog David.
All right.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Hey, John, pronounce that.
We will Folarunshu.
Okay, Folarunshu. You're probably right. I mean,
Folarunshu.
Just sound it out, TJ. Gosh damn it. Listen, the English language is tough enough at times, let alone when you start getting these crazy last names. But also visited Saturday, John. I'm seeing a trend, John. I'm seeing a trend of surprise visitors. I like surprise visitors. Now, David Folarunshu, and you're probably exactly right. Now I feel even dumber, but it's okay. Notre Dame is very hot in this. I know they're lower here, but Notre Dame is a team to watch. I'll be honest, who knows what Indiana's truly capable of with their recent NIL promises from Mark Cuban. Penn State, I can't say I'm too worried about it. But at the end of the day, John, we are getting a lot of top 100 level talent coming. Oh, it's show, huh? It's show. So we're wrong. It's Folarunshu from Michigander. Is it show or shoe? Who knows? We'll figure that one out later. But
yeah. Maybe we'll get him on the show, and we'll get him on the show, and he'll tell us.
Yeah, we will learn. We will learn. But end of the day, John, Michigan is making, since they've added the recent in-house front office additions, guess what? We've had a run on some very top end elite talent, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think Michigan and this coaching staff is like, oh, and I guess let me rephrase that. Not Michigan. This coaching staff is like, oh, I can get this level of talent.
Yeah.
Let's try and get these. Let's land these big bucks.
Let's ball.
Yeah. And because here's the thing about surprise visits, boys. Now I don't know this. Well, here's what I do know. Oftentimes, schools pay for visits. Now, these might be these. I think a lot of these were unofficial, so technically they're supposed to be paid for. But I will just simply say this: oftentimes, when a player does a surprise visit, because my guy here's from Chicago, right? He's got to do some driving. There's typically some incentive in place to do so. So, not saying that is the case. I don't know otherwise, but I am just connecting dots, understanding and following recruiting for a very long time. End of the day, though, Michigan's doing what they need to do to court the best in the country, and I'm pretty happy about it, bro. Like we just landed, like John, last Tuesday we talked about about 6-7 new hires.
Yeah.
Literally, John, 2 days later, surprise visit. Two more days later, surprise visit. We're getting all these surprise visits, John, and it's great to see.
He's putting it. Listen, we were talking about Whittingham as okay. Could there be a step back? Could there be and maybe a tiny one, but like
recruiting?
It seems from only. I'm talking specifically recruiting here.
Yeah.
We thought that there could be a step back because Sharon really did try to go after the 4 or the 5 stars.
Yeah. Sharon did. We'll give Sharon credit. He did.
But it seems like they're right on path, and especially bringing back Bellamy. And obviously, you still have a running backs coach, obviously friend of the program, Tony Alford. So you still have some people with the program that have those ties, in addition to the people coming in that are selling what they've done at other places to be successful, to have the number 5 offense, to have a top 20 defense at BYU, right? That's what they're selling. So right. I love it. Like guys like this, they're going to produce. That's exactly the type of player you want at Michigan. The big bodies, they're gonna win in the line of scrimmage. They're gonna win outside. They're gonna win everywhere. And that's what you need in the Big Ten is the physicality of it all.
Yeah, and and one thing with that, you know what else they're selling them? They're selling them on development. They're selling them on getting to the NFL. They're selling them on national championship because that is what they're after. Like, and I'll tell you this. I mean, we've watched the press conferences of Whittingham. We've watched the press conferences of Jay Hill. We've watched some smaller interactions like inside the trenches with some of the position coaches and stuff like that. Listen, man, they got a lot to sell, and Michigan has the resources to sell it. So excited about that. Now, to round out, we have 3 more we'll hit on, John.
Okay.
Darius Johnson. I'm going to, you know what? I just pulled his shit up and I lost it. This is a player we need to be paying attention to. Darius Johnson. I'll pull up his 247, John. This corner right here, and I've already watched his huddle. I'm such a big fan of him. I was running late today, so unfortunately me and John didn't get to prep like we typically do.
Yeah.
But this kid here is somebody we need on our radar right now. All right, boys. Darius Johnson, number ranked 277 in the nation. I don't give a shit. Okay, they were very wrong on our guy Madison. I am high on Darius Johnson. Darius Johnson fits the mold. John, if you want to pull, I mean, I know I'm throwing it on you on the fly. Can we pull up Darius Johnson's huddle tape, if at all possible? But yeah, I mean, the kid is a quality player. Apparently, Michigan is kind of locking in on him a little bit, and there is some mutual interest. And there's some buzz that things are picking up rather quickly here. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I believe he wants to take another visit to Michigan. And let's take a look here. So this is Darius Johnson. Give you an idea also, I'll tell you right now, there's a trend. There's a trend with what we're seeing in a lot of these DBs, and what these kids are doing is turnovers. I should have mentioned it earlier. You mentioned Maxwell Miles. You watch Maxwell Miles, you watch Madison's highlight tape, you watch Darius Johnson, who comes up and makes plays. Very heady cornerback, good size, by the way. Darius Johnson is 6'1", and he's playing physical, boys. He's playing physical.
He's using his face.
Yeah, and by the way, wearing that Charles Woodson number, no fluke, future Heisman. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
But I'm kidding on the Heisman. But look at him read. Look at the read and react. Look how he passes. He passes off the wide receiver, and he identifies the play. Look at him playing up on the wide receiver, press coverage. What's up, son? No, you ain't. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. He's talking mad shit all game. You already know who he is. He's like, not in my house, bro. Your mom's soft, your sister's soft. I talked to your sister last night, talking mad shit on the field. Just kidding. I don't know. Maybe the kid's upstanding. I was more of a shit talker. But now he's playing a little off ball here. But end of the day, I mean, Michigan really likes what they see in his film. Look at it. Look at the come up and make the play, John. Look at it.
That's
Look
it.
at him.
He's playing football
right now. I'll take him all day on my team.
Michigan player right there.
That's what you want in the corner. On the hip, physical, making plays in the passing game, locking. Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I know it's high school, but he kind of looks like a lockdown corner to me. The way he plays on the hip of the receiver. Now, granted, let me just also say this and qualify. Anyone watching any of these huddle films, listen, this is their best reps. This is their best reps, right? We don't see everything. That's not full game film. There is more to be there. There's more to the story. But from what we can get from his huddle tape, I mean, look at him. Dude, it's perfect coverage. Honestly, I think he's being slept on. This kid looks like a top 200 player to me, possibly 150. Look at the dog. It's not normal. It's not normal. Guys, how much huddle tape do we watch? You don't see corners playing this physical and have this ability to step up in the run game, in the passing game, make the tackle, play and press, play off man, play on the effing hip of the wide receiver. It's like what they showed in that clip, which you guys don't know, is he totally took the play away. They had to totally adjust on the fly. I mean, he's constantly in the action. He's not running from it. You'll watch corner film and these kids. All right, so Michigander goes, it's still high school. Brother, they're all in high school. Like we have to compare them in high school.
Well, I think he's saying that as a positive. Like he's only in high school and he's doing
right.
This.
There's more to be developed. Fair enough. My bad.
I think that's my read on it. Yeah.
His film, John, to me, everything about it, you love it. Now you got a little handsy there. You can't do that. There comes a point where you gotta get your hands off. But I'm high on him. I'm very high on Darius Johnson. If we get Darius Johnson, that'd be a great get for us. Next player we're going to talk about, John, which is the last football player. I do have a basketball player we want to talk about, though.
Okay.
I'm going to pull this up. Oh, hey, John, look at that.
Hey, Jaden Bell.
Jaden Bell, John. Jaden Mother effing Bell. What does that say? Class of 2028, John?
Yeah.
Well, Michigan, and we're going to give a shout out here to Bryce Underwood. Michigan has offered Bloomfield Hills 5-star edge Jaden Bell. His quote, shout out again to Bryce Marich. Being from Michigan, most of my family are Michigan fans, so playing from my hometown would be big. Boys, this is your Ron Bellamy special. It's your Ron Bellamy special. This is our relationship builder.
Yep.
Listen, Michigan is going after their cornerstones. I mean, I don't think it is at all a coincidence on some of the players that have been contacted in the last week. This is another one. We just talked about Donald Tabron. We just talked about Biden, wide receiver, number 15th overall player in the nation. Jaden Bell is another one, cornerstone player. So there you go, John. You have your cornerstone players for the 28 class. You have Jaden Bell, you have Biden, and you have, or it could be Bidden, Biddn, however he pronounces it. And then Donald Tabron, not Tabron, okay? All these kids, yeah, dude, we see our cornerstone. We see the cornerstone of the 28 class developing. We see the 27 class beginning to take shape. Although here's our problem. Something I want to point out. You're going to see a lot of movement on the 28 class because Michigan has the ability to build relationships where unfortunately Michigan missed out last year on building relationships on the 27 class with the new coaching staff. So the coaching staff now is kind of working from behind a little bit, but that's okay because once they get on campus and they do visits, you can make a lot of ground. So the 27 class is now forming. We're identifying the board, right? But right now for the 28 class, it's extremely important for Michigan to start building relationships, getting in early and solidifying their position in those recruitments. And that is what you're seeing right now with recruiting. And it's pretty exciting to watch. We're learning right now what this coaching staff is looking for in each position group, whether it be offensive line, wide receiver, defensive end, back end of the defense, safety, and corner. And I'll tell you this too. One thing that I believe in personally, when you start looking at the prospects that Michigan's looking at, you can now we don't know yet what our on-field look is fully going to look like. We have an idea, but when you look at the prospects they're looking for, you get an idea of exactly what they're looking for on Saturdays, right? So when you put it all together, it starts to come together. last player we're going to talk about, John. Dusty May is cooking.
Ooh.
Dusty mother effing
You bet he is. We're going to talk about all that.
Cooking, John.
But in recruiting too.
So Michigan just received a prediction from Josh Hinsky, but I'm going to tell you this right now. I heard before Josh Hinsky put his prediction, which shout out to Josh Hinsky of Rivals. I heard Brandon McCoy, like Michigan was trying to make a move, because the reason why this matters, if you look, John, class of 2026, I'm going to play his highlight tape, by the way. Okay. So class of 2026, which means Michigan and Brandon McCoy has a deadline of April 15th, John. April 15th. So let me share this tab. Let me make sure I mute this. John, he has to commit to Michigan by the 16th. He is the number 11 player in the, 14th, forgive me, 14th ranked player in the nation. Michigan already has a very strong class for 2026. That means next season. Michigan, in my opinion, this is your Trey McKinney. This is your 5-star who I believe will come off the bench for Michigan. This kid is extremely athletic, has a very good, strong defensive game as well. His shot needs a little bit of development, but guess what? Dusty May is the shot whisperer. We all saw what Elliot Cadeau is doing for Michigan, now shooting 40% when he was shooting 19% in North Carolina. He's now a 40% shooter. He's a dog.
That's incredible.
As you can see, he's backboard shotting it. Don't do that. But you also see he has a step back ability. He has some shot. It's not like his mechanics are effed. This isn't a what was his name? A Killian Hayes situation. If any of my Pistons fans, you know what I'm saying right now. No, so this is what Dusty's trying to do. So we have till April 15th to get this kid's commitment. There is buzz even before the Josh Hinsky prediction, but I'm glad to see Josh Hinsky put one in. But Michigan is trying to make a move here. Their class, by the way, guys. Let me pull it up. Actually,
is April 15th like his deadline? Like he said it, or it's
so because it's the 26th class. There's two windows.
Okay.
There's two windows for recruiting. One is in October, and the second window, which is the last. Yep. Yes, they do. So there is a window in April where they have to sign to be eligible for the 26th class. I'm pretty sure. I'm quite positive by that. April 15th is the deadline for that. Actually, we can just fucking Google it. All right, second window.
Contact period. So that's going to be the beginning of the spring. April 15th is the beginning of the.
It's April.
Spring contact period.
It's not contact though. It's a commitment window. Basketball commitment. It's April 7th. Okay, so here we go. So that's for transfers. I'll be honest, I don't have it fully. All I know is he has to make a decision by April, mid-April. So they Rodney Stuckey. Hey, all right, timeout. Shit. I don't have it up. I got a Rodney Stuckey autograph picture, but it's not on my wall. Shout out to Rodney Stuckey, bro. I believed in Rodney Stuckey. All right, I believe in Rodney Stuckey. Bro has some nice games. I was a believer. All right, so anyways, yeah, no, because he's in the 26th class, he has to sign in the second window, which is in April. I unfortunately don't have more info on that. I'm sure somebody's watching, like you dumbass. But at the end of the day, bro, these things are constantly changing and moving, bro. The windows, the recruiting stuff. Constantly changing.
Folks, we're already almost at 2 hours again. That's because of all of your participation. And TJ brought up a basketball recruit, which I think leads us very well to our last topic, which is the absolute rout that Michigan, the clinic that Michigan put on against Tennessee, winning 95-62. And absolutely, maybe their most complete game in a long time.
Bro, what an enjoyable day that was, wasn't it? Michigan hockey won. Dusty May got the job done. All the other teams who met, like Pistons, Red Wings, the Tigers and the Red Wings fucking won. Red Wings are letting us all down. Let's move on. Fucking Wings. But You know, John, I got another graphic for you. You ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
You ready for this graphic, John? All hail Dusty, bro. Dusty May, if he wins
Wow.
the next 2 games, boys, he has the most wins in the first 2 seasons of any head coach in college basketball history. It's nuts.
Incredible.
We're 2 wins, boys. 2 wins away from making history. And you know what? I blame the Big Ten officials for fucking this up because we should have beat Wisconsin. We should already be at 63. We should be shooting for 65, but we'll keep it moving. That was not an offensive or whatever the fuck it was, offensive goaltending, where the hell they called that shit, defensive goaltending. I don't remember anymore. But bad call. But anyways, John, speaking on it, Michigan, you know, I don't know if you heard, John, we got a big game this Saturday. Big game.
Yeah.
Big game against Arizona, boys. Big game.
Arizona is a big one.
Yep. So the spread is 1.5 ducats, John. 1.5. 1.5, John. Michigan is currently favored.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you right now,
FanDuel.
We've talked March Madness every week of the tournament, and I have stressed that I have a few teams that concern me. Now, I said Iowa State. Tennessee took care of Iowa State. Not a concern. But I did say Arizona, because Arizona is a concern. Arizona, what we have here between Michigan and Arizona is the 2 best teams. I also said Duke as a team I was concerned about. But they're gone. Shout out to UConn. Shout out to Hurley, too, you dog. You dog, the way you headbutted that rough. Hilarious.
Terrace Reed has been doing good, too.
Yeah, you know, Terrace Reed doing some favors, knocking out the old Sparties. Not mad. And making free throws as a 56% free throw shooter. Shout out to Terrace Reed, bro. He hit 2 free throws to defeat Sparty. And he's a 56% free throw shooter, former Michigan Wolverine. He knew what time it was. He knew what time it was. It was time to put little brother to bed, John. But and that's what he did. Shout out to Terrace Reed, bro. We really need a Terrace Reed appreciation. We need a moment of silence for Terrace Reed. Shout out to Terrace Reed. All right. Speaking of Arizona, though, John, we have the 2 Goliaths of college basketball, 1 and 2 for majority of the season. You know, I've been trying to get the number 1 ranking, and of course, we messed it up playing Wisconsin. Not to bring that up again, but bro, here's the reality of this game, though, John. Both teams are 8 deep. Arizona's a bit stronger in the backcourt. Michigan's a bit stronger in the front court. You know, they both have the ability to score. They're both defensively sound. They're both strong, both well coached. Each team has different scorers, John. Like, it's not just fully reliant. I mean, dude, Arizona has
different styles of play. Like, Arizona's very much a 2. They play in the paint, and I think Michigan needs to force them to shoot threes. They need
Arizona has 5 players averaging double digits.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. That's tough sometimes. That can be tough. Mm-hmm. If they're on, that can be tough. You know, when it comes to 3-point shooting, they have fucking 1, 2, 3, 4 guys at 39 or higher, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But you got to take out something.
That's such a pain in the ass.
I know.
They're a good team. I mean, end of the day, they're a good team. Here's the reality, in my opinion. Winner of this game is winning the Natty. I'm not saying anything most don't already know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think UConn's a damn good team. I don't think Illinois is on the level of the 3 teams. I do think Arizona and Michigan are above UConn, but I do think UConn's a respectable program that can get you. But I mean, that's just where we are. I mean, dude, you know, Dusty May and what they're doing is they're killing. I'll tell you this right now, though. If we play Arizona Saturday, which I cannot wait, I'm already ready. And we happen to beat this team by 10 points. It's over. It's a fuck it. We're winning the Natty. Oh, by the way, guess who's going to the national championship game, John?
You?
Got tickets, John.
Got tickets.
If Michigan makes it, I have my tickets are in. I'm in. I'm going. So very excited about that. I've never been to a championship game before. So that'll be a good time. But so the boys better win. They better win. But yeah, I mean, John, here's where I'm at. I do think Michigan's going to win. I think I think it's not going to be a 10-point victory, though. I do think it's going to be, and I had a conversation with somebody.
I said 3 at the beginning of the show. I said 3-point victory.
Well, I had a conversation with somebody that I don't know if I can say on the record because they try to be neutral, but I'll just say that it's a very popular analytic page on Twitter. And he told me, because I asked him, he DMs me things from time to time because he wants me to just share them. But I asked him, I said, what is your honest opinion on the Arizona Michigan? And my guy here runs numbers. Like he is, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. And you may be able to know who I'm talking about when I say this. And the only reason why I don't want to say his name is because I don't know if he wants me to put out what he thinks of this game or not. But he called Michigan being one of the best teams in the country and landing one of the best landing the best transfer portal class last cycle. And his numbers, and I'm going to be honest, he does a great job analytically. He called Michigan being one of the top teams in the country going into the year, and he was not wrong. And he called the Elliot Cadeau development. He felt Elliot Cadeau was going to thrive under Dusty May. He was not wrong. And he believes that Michigan is going to have the edge in this game, but not by a lot. He thinks I will quote directly. He told me taking Michigan by a hair. So, and I'll tell you, my guy, TJ just jinxed. I didn't fucking jinx us. The boys got us, bro. What are we talking about? Boys got us. And by the way, you know how many times, I'm going to be real with you, I've been on a heater lately. I've been calling shit. Like, I'll give you one right now. So we were in a bit of a battle with Tennessee. It was like, a close game up. It was like 15-14. But I'm going to tell you right now, in the first 5 minutes of that game, I could tell if Michigan plays clean, we're going to kill them. And now most people will be like, you jinxed us. Why would you post that? Because I know. If I know what I'm saying, I will do it. Now, it doesn't mean I'm right all the time. I'm not right all the fucking time. But I'm damn right more than I'm wrong when it comes to sports. I just am, bro. I mean, like, I'm not trying to be a dick about it. But, like, I call my shot. We've been doing the show for 3 years, John. Often right. Not always right. Often right. And that's what we try to do. And my point being is, listen, I felt fucking Buckeye Steve.
Yeah, we have Stephen Cherry Blossom, notorious Buckeye.
Where does cherry shit come from?
You fucking idiot. Let me explain to you how this works. Okay. Do you expect Dusty May to come in with 2 scholarship players? And then what's he supposed to do? Of course he has to use the transfer portal, you moron.
John.
Of course he has to pay. He hasn't been there for 10 years or 15 years like an Izzo has been there forever, and he can do that. We'll get there. I believe we'll get there. It's his first 2 years.
Well, listen. All right, time out, though. All right, then let's fucking hit on this.
Yeah.
Let's hit on this. The rivals. All right, listen, boys. Here's something I want everyone to understand. Right now, we have a program that is playing insanely elite and looks absolutely great and potentially on the brink of a dynasty type shit. Like, let's just be honest here. The way Michigan's rolling, I just showed you the graphic, most wins first 2 years of a program. We're looking good. The train's not slowing down. The recruiting class for 26 has like fucking, what do we have? We got like fucking 4 top 100 guys in it. We got like 2, we got a 5-star, borderline 5-star, and another guy laying far behind. I mean, the talent's coming in. Listen, all the rivals have is this. Yaxel's 23, bought not built. What was the other one? There's one more that they keep using on our ass. Easy path. That's what happens when you're the number 1 seed, you fucks. How about you try it out? You typically play the lower seed. That's the advantage of being the number 1 seed in basketball. But we played every top seed in our path. Being number 1, we played 16th ranked team and the fucking 9th ranked team, 4th ranked team, and then we played Tennessee. But the point is, boys, it should only actually just prove the reality of where the Buckeyes are. Not, I said the Buckeyes. The Spartans are doing the same thing. Boys, when you have Buckeyes telling you bought, not built, that tells you they ain't got fucking nothing. All they do is buy. They've been playing by SEC rules since the SEC started playing SEC rules. Okay, the fact that Yaxel's 23, they think that is a negative. Who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck if he's 24.
And who started all the paying? That's a program called Ohio State.
Well, I mean,
they know paying better than anybody because they've been doing it since the 70s and 80s.
This shit's been going on since the fucking 60s. Let's just be honest, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it does not
crazy.
It doesn't fucking matter. I mean, like all the things the rivals see. Here's the thing. Okay, here we go. Here's what the Buckeyes throw at us, and I want you guys to. This is a compliment. This is not. None of these are shots. Dusty tampered. They all tamper.
Yeah.
Bought, not built.
Everybody.
They're all buying, John.
Everybody.
Yaxel's 23. Get the fuck out of here. No one gives a shit. Guess what? Enjoy the show. Enjoy watching the Block M play on national TV in the Final Four. And guess what? Get used to it. Dusty ain't going anywhere. Michigan, so let's get into the contract. Michigan right now has had discussions with Dusty May's agent over a month ago.
I was going to ask, you read my mind, TJ. I was going to ask, will Ward Manuel get off his ass and offer Dusty May a lifetime contract?
So, listen, here's where it stands. It's already been in motion. Dusty May is only increasing his value, though, the further he goes into the tournament. It is my opinion this will not be resolved until after the tournament, as it shouldn't be.
As it should be.
Like
it's too soon.
Yeah, let Dusty focus on the task. Now, by all accounts, though, Dusty wants to be at Michigan, and Dusty's willing. Michigan is the priority. That's just what it is. So, listen, we are aware that North Carolina job is open, but from my understanding, that's not a concern right now. We are aware. I am very aware because I was told in January, or maybe it was February, either January or February, I was told Indiana has not stopped knocking. Indiana has consistently reached out to their agent. But I have been told that Michigan's already aware of that. The donors are aware of that. And here's the word. Michigan's Ward Manuel has said it's his, what'd he say? It's my job to make sure he finishes his coaching career at Michigan.
Yeah. Well, it was his job to do a lot of things that he didn't do. So let's, but I feel like in this one area, I think Ward's going to do it.
I think I'm going to tell you this right now. It is my opinion. I don't know this. We're going to lock Dusty up to a fucking pretty damn impressive contract. And I do think Michigan's going to try and lock him up very long term, very effing long term. And I think this is going to come with more NIL promises. Rumor is donors are pretty fucking motivated right now. They're liking what they're seeing clearly. Obviously, the investment's paying off. Michigan has the roster's about 10 million. I've been told it's probably going to touch 15 next year. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I just want to say this right now. I don't think it's a coincidence that Brandon McCoy is now on the radar right now. The 14th overall player in the nation. I think that NIL is already being pumped. So guess what? Suck it. Suck it, Michigan State fans. Suck it, Ohio State, and suck it, everybody else. Dusty ain't going nowhere.
The thing that poverty programs like Ohio State that have one sport, they're looking at Michigan over here winning at basketball, winning at hockey, winning at baseball, winning soon in football.
That's right.
Whittingham literally was called by Urban Meyer the best coach in current college football.
That's right.
Now, you know who else is coaching right now? Third base Ryan Day. So just
I heard about a guy named Ryan Day. I heard about a guy. And I'll say this. Listen, Urban Meyer Now, look, Urban Meyer obviously respects Ryan Day. And listen, I want to qualify. We know Ryan Day is fucking one of the top coaches in college football right now, if not top of the mountain. But your own legend supports our guy. So here's the reality right now. And Michigan is in, and we've talked about this probably the last 2 months. Michigan athletically, the department itself is in such a good spot. You got the hockey team is playing in the Frozen Four, the number 1 seed, John. Guess who just got knocked out, little brother? The women's basketball team made a valiant effort to get to the Elite Eight. Unfortunately, I'm going to be honest with you, that probably could use a little more NIL funding. But I'm also going to be honest with you.
That ass, yeah.
I'm a big proponent of let's just keep it to the big 3, and that is the basketball team, the hockey team, and the football team. And if anyone says baseball,
but love for water polo and debate team and all of those things too.
If it keeps sponsorships off my jerseys, those sports can go respectfully, and I mean it respectfully. I really do. I mean, I'm not anti those sports. I just don't want sponsorships on my jerseys. We don't got to go down that road though.
Yeah.
But look, they're all in a great spot. The basketball team is not slowing down. I don't think Dusty May's leaving. I think Michigan's willing to give him whatever the hell he wants. The recruiting is not being talked about enough. The class that Dusty has right now, where is it even currently ranked? Let's find out. But he's already got a strong class. Let's see, team rankings. Come on, bitch. All right. Michigan is 4th. I didn't even know this. Shame on TJ. Michigan is 4th in the nation right now in recruiting, John, and we're talking about adding the 14th player in the nation, a 5-star. That's where recruiting is, John. And you know what? I don't know if you know this. Dusty May cooks the portal.
Yeah.
Cooks it.
And you have to. I don't care what anybody says. In these days when people go to the NBA after 1 year, you got to run the portal. You can't just rely on the existing talent because they might last a year, or they might do a year and then transfer, do like a Terrace Reed situation, transfer.
Michigan currently has Lincoln Cosby already committed, small forward, number 38 player in the nation. Quinn Costello, the number 31 player in the nation. Joseph Hartman, the 79th ranked player in the nation. Then we have a Dusty May special, a.k.a. your LJ Kayson type, ranked 196 in the nation, Malachi Brown. And then you already know Dusty May is overseas hunting with Marcus Moeller out of Spain, because you ain't about it, we are. And we're about to potentially get McCoy, 5-star, number 14 in the nation. And that's just recruiting. It's not the portal, because we're going to find out who returns. So let's kind of talk about that for a second. Listen, here's what we do know. Elliot Cadeau is back. Terrence McKenna back. Oscar Goodman, who's really promising player, who's also, I believe, came from, where'd Oscar Goodman come from? Where's my guy Block M at? He would know. New Zealand, down under, dog. Shout out to New Zealand, by the way.
Yeah.
One day I will go there, maybe.
Put it on the bucket list.
It's on the bucket list. Same with Iceland, same with Australia. I got a few on there.
Very nice. Very nice.
But John, then there's the transfer. Now Ade Mora, Morris Johnson. Listen, it is my opinion Ade Mora is going to be coming back. There's rumors that that's actually in a positive direction, but I don't think things are going to be made until after the tournament. Morez Johnson, it is my opinion, they're going to try and sell the Yaxel Landenborg development path for him, where Yaxel Landenborg was a borderline first-round pick, came to Michigan. He's now a top 10 pick. And there is, and yeah. I have heard that Michigan's going to try and sell all of, like, listen, they got Elliot Cadeau from North Carolina, turned him into a 40% three-point shooter. Mm-hmm. They got Yaxel Lindenberg, again, borderline first-round pick, turned into a first-round pick. Or I'm sorry, a top 10 draft pick.
Yeah, Yaxel's, I'd say Yaxel's top 5 at this point.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It's to be determined. But the point is, they're going to sell these things to the next transfer portal class. Michigan's going to be just fine, boys. Like, listen, if you're praying for Michigan basketball's downfall, you're going to be praying a long fucking time. We're in a good spot, John, and I'm very excited about it. And just as we are in a good spot for the basketball team, John, football team appears to be in a very healthy position. Obviously, not quite yet to the level of the basketball team, but it's building. Dusty May is in his second year. It's gonna be very interesting to see where Whittingham is in his second year. But end of the day, boys, it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. We're in a great spot. Hockey team's not slowing down either, boys. If you're into hockey, which, by the way, I highly, strongly recommend you tune into the Frozen Four game. I believe, when is the next? Shame on me. When is the next Frozen Four game? I have it right here. The next Frozen Four game is going to be, by the way, in Vegas, April 9th. That's so fucking wild. That's why I don't know. It's a gosh damn Thursday. And they're doing it because of the tournament, obviously, the March Madness. They're not trying to compete with it. But the game is in like 8 days.
The Las Vegas, the Golden Knights Stadium.
Oh God, I'm gonna trigger you, John. Yeah, it will be in the Golden Knights. You ready?
Yeah.
Steve, you do it to yourself, brother.
Oh man,
fuck, bro! Like you just can't get through to the Buckeyes.
A good, not elite. Bro, it's funny because he can't none of the Buckeyes can honestly say that Witt is a bad coach, especially when Urban Meyer said he's a good. So now Steve has to ride this line with Whittingham because of the Urban Meyer endorsement. Isn't it great? Like, this is where we're at. Whittingham is an objectively great coach. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, just look at the Michigan. Like, it's a study in human psychology. You look at Michigan basketball, dominant all year. Could have won the conference, the best conference in basketball, with just double-digit wins, John. Recruiting at an elite level, portal at an elite level. And yet they want to say, well, you tampered. Everybody's tampering, you dumb fucks. Everybody. Your mom tampers, bro. Check her. I'm just kidding. Chill out, TJ. I shouldn't have went there. Anyways, fucking John. I'm sorry, John. We're spending money.
Oh no.
Do you think Buckeyes are upset that how do you think you got Jeremiah Smith? It wasn't free.
Yeah, it wasn't goodwill and puppies and rainbows.
How do you think you're going to get?
It was cold, hard cash.
How do you think you're going to get the next Harrison son, the one who's coming next class? It ain't free.
No.
Shut up.
It's going to be like $2 million.
You sad fucks. I'm going to tell you this now. If you find any rival or any fan talking about tampering, talking about spending money, or having a player who came from JUCO, then transferred to UAB and then to Michigan, and that's a problem for you, sounds like you're a sad bitch. How about this? Michigan's good. Accept it. Get on your knees and enjoy the fucking show, you bitch. Like, I don't got time for it, John. To me, I just laugh.
Yeah.
Like it only confirms the jealousy, because that's the only ammo you got. If your ammo is bought, not built, you tamper, and Yaxel's 23, then it only tells me you're jealous as a salty ass bitch, and I'm enjoying the entire time. Let me get those tears, John. I enjoy them.
And it's not just Buckeyes. We also have Notre Dame fans in here giving some fun little comments here. They have their own recruiting ranking system from Marcus Freeman. They don't need the recruiting services. Marcus Freeman's got his own system. Yeah. They're good.
Hey, what happened to that number one running back you were supposed to get, Dallas Fanatic? What happened?
Whoops.
Oh, he didn't go to Notre Dame. Didn't happen. I forgot his name. Didn't he go to Penn? Where'd he go?
Oh,
he went from Penn State somewhere else. I know you know, Dallas. Let us know in the comments. Where'd he go?
Love when the rivals come out and watch the show. Yeah, it's always great.
Hey, I'll say this though. Let me just say, all the shit talking aside, I like the fans of the different teams, and I love the passion. I wish they could have honest debates though. Like, I acknowledge our L's.
Yeah.
Like, I acknowledge we do
big time.
We acknowledge our L's as a program,
We I mean, we had our post games went viral to the point where other channels were literally recording them and talking about like the OU loss
and agreeing with us, John. And then you have people, were telling us, what were they saying, John? Fuck. I don't know, like we're negative or, like, bro, no, we're just fucking honest, bro. I got to call it. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Like if it's not good, it's not good. But if it is good, I'm going to let you know.
And that's why hopefully people have seen that the positivity of the channel has gone way up.
Yeah. And we're not bullshit.
We're not.
Look, we're trying to go into this with cautious, quiet optimism.
Right.
But I can't deny the Savion Hyder news. I can't deny that every effing coach is saying I can't deny that individuals are going to practice and they're saying, oh, he's different. Can't deny that. I mean, it's what it is. I can't deny Tommy Carr's showing out. I can't deny JJ Buchanan showing out. Like, these things have to be reported on. And let me tell you this too. When you do player analysis before spring camp even happens, like we looked at JJ Buchanan, we looked at Savion Hyder's film, just like we looked at, I mean, listen, the OGs of this channel, John, we had Andrew Marsh on our channel when he was on vacation in Florida.
There it is.
That's right.
Shout
when
out.
He was on vacation in Florida, John. Okay. We were so high on that prospect. How did it come to fruition? Were we lying? No, not lying. Very honest. We don't bullshit. We do our best. It doesn't mean we bat 1,000, but I promise you we hit above average.
And that's why you should consider subscribing and consider becoming a member, because like this is the content we're bringing to the table here. We're bringing honest takes that we try to. I'd say we're batting higher than some places where they get paid full-time salaries.
I would argue, John, actually, I'm not even going to argue this. I know we are, dude, John, we had the Underwood thing before the in the Michigan beat by a day, by the way, by one day. Now, he might have knew about it prior, but whatever. We brought it to the table the day before his post. We had the Derek Meadows shit before that shit became public. We've had, bro, we told everybody from the expectations for the NCAA investigation, how to go, John. Absolutely everything we said occurred.
Yeah.
Everything we said.
Verbatim.
I even won money on air over that. We bet Buckeyes. Bro, we had, John, we know what the first win was. Now listen, we've called some recruits committing before those public predictions. But the very first thing that gained popularity for our channel was when we discussed that Michigan is now paying high school players, which was March of 2024. I know this exactly. They decided to start that in March of 2024. Nobody, respectfully, I don't even know if I should do this, but all right. There were some outlets denying it. I see it when I believe it. Some of the top outlets, John.
Yeah.
Some of the top sites, John. We weren't lying. Ask Detroit Kyle. That's how we got Detroit Kyle. Detroit Kyle did not fucking believe us. We're not here to bullshit. I'm only giving. Listen, we only share what we hear, for the most part. And obviously we will give analysis on what is brought publicly and all that shit. But end of the day, bro, we do our best to be as accurate as we possibly can.
We just try to call it straight. We have a couple more quick little messages. Goats has been a member for 10 months. Thank you. The thing I'm most excited to see manifest on the field this season is the result of this coaching staff's ability to identify and develop talent. Got to see how Bryce and our 7 on defense do now. Go blue. So Goats, from everything we've heard, Bryce is he loves the system. He loves Jason Beck's system, how it goes. He loves that he doesn't need to think so hard. That's a big thing that Jason Beck has been emphasizing. He's not going to have to overthink. He makes his decision, snap, play ball. And and that was not happening last year. You had 2 coordinators in his ear at different times, right? Because it was Chip Sharon with a pissing match, right? And then so Bryce has Synagoga, who's now I just read Synagoga somewhere else now as an assistant, he actually went up and is now like a assistant coach, but Synagoga was the guy that they assigned to him as the quarterback's person. But he didn't really have that dedicated quarterback coaching, and now he's set up with Coy Detmer Jr.
Yeah, I was going to say Coy Detmer. Yeah,
he's set up. There's another one I'm forgetting. Obviously, Jason Beck works with the quarterbacks also, and Palmer. So he's got his private coach. So he's got he's got a unit, and it sounds like it's paying off, and the offense is a much better fit for him now.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. And look, the ceiling of the offense is literally going to fall on Bryce's shoulders. How good can Bryce be is going to determine how good this offense can fully be. Sorry to hear it, Marmar.
Marmar, 14 months of membership. Thank you for always being a member of our community and being here. But it sucks to hear. You know, I feel like we've all lost a job at some point, and it's never fun. It's never fun. It's a shitty feeling, but then, you know, that's here's what you need to understand. That's their loss. It's their loss.
Oh, and it's opportunity. You know,
and it's an opportunity to find something better, which you will.
Right. Yep. Honestly, I've always I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've never one time I've regressed in the job. One time. But other than that, it's always been upward.
Yeah. It's upward. Yep. Upward, onward, and upward, usually.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Well, yeah, I think we've hit our yet again, thanks to the participation, because it's the community. It's the community. They bring the heat, they bring the topics, and then we go 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours. We do want to, of course, remind everybody that we have 2 shows. So we also have on Thursday nights a call-in show. So Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll have that for you as well.
Yeah, we'll be there. Definitely doing it as things are planned. And yeah, I mean, we'll be talking Final Four. We'll be talking, I'm sure by Thursday, there'll be even more camp updates or something. I mean, I'll say actually, John, the media that we're getting, the mic'd up clips.
Yeah, I love the mic'd up clips. Check those out if you haven't seen them, guys.
We are getting more info out of camp than we did under Harbaugh or Sharon.
Yeah. And we were told Whittingham is secretive.
I know. I'm surprised actually how much has come out. I mean, I feel like we really know what's going on. Because it's actually all been confirmed by private conversations I've had. So yeah, man. I mean, look, it's we'll see you Thursday at 8. Look to have a good show.
Absolutely. With that said, obviously you can check us out on X, TJ_Ronin, John Diadamo. You're going to get our takes on all the things. And of course, the VOCFB Twitter page as well. And as always, at the end of the show, we'll show all of our members. I do have to add some of the ones from the last week, so I will get to the brand new people. But thank you to all of our members. It's always go blue. It's always fuck Ohio.
Always.